seasons where we went, you know, 8+ quarters without scoring an offensive touchdown. So fortunately, we haven't had that issue this year. The other good thing is our defense has been on point.
Rock solid.
So, last week we had big games, from Dimitri. I know Dimitri had, I believe, 3 or 4 sacks. I think it was, Kelby Tyree had a good half, or a good game. Avian Rice had a good game. So it was hard for Bishop Verot to get started. Now, going into the Riverdale game, Riverdale's coming off a huge upset against North Fort Myers. I believe they won 13-9. Now, granted, one of those touchdowns was a kickoff return touchdown.
Right.
And then their defense forced 5 turnovers. So they're going to be on a high coming into this game.
I agree. And then they did also have a quarterback injury on North to Fort Myers as well. But it'll be something how both teams come out from the start and see how they can match up with each other.
Yeah, and if you listen to the pregame show before us, they were talking about the Dunbar Riverdale game, and they asked the question, can Riverdale pull an upset again? The pregame show from News Press basically said no. I mean, Dunbar is just absolutely loaded at every position.
Right.
And, going back to what we saw in week 1, or actually week 0, when we went to Cyprus, was that both offensive and defensive lines really controlled the line of scrimmage.
Sure they did. And then they're very physical on both sides, carrying a lot of weight with them, and they move really, really well for big people.
Yeah, Coach Copeland has been doing a tremendous job with the offensive line, but you got to give a lot of credit to Coach. It's I can't. It's hard to pronounce it. Izari, right?
Yeah, Coach Adam.
Coach Adam. Our strength and conditioning coach, because when I got here, this is my 9th year. So when I got here 9 years ago, Dunbar was loaded with athletes. They were skinny. The line was small, and now you can see a distinct change, not only in the lines and how
of interest. The Community Press is published the first Thursday of each month and distributed free throughout Southwest Florida. Deadline for advertising, church news, business directory, and general news items is 5 p.m. the last Friday of each month for the next issue of the first Thursday's publication. For more information, 239-332-1073. James Middlebrooks will answer the phone. The Community Press of Southwest Florida welcomes all contributions, and you can deliver it direct to the editor. The Community Press is a proud supporter of Dunbar High School sports and
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium. Curtis Terry with Joe Harmer getting ready for tonight's kickoff between Dunbar High School and the Riverdale Raiders. I think that's them, right? The Raiders?
You're right. They still have their flag up there.
Yeah, so Riverdale, coming, like we talked about, coming off a big upset win last week against North Fort Myers. They're going to be riding high. So what are the keys to the game, Joe, would you say, for Riverdale?
Riverdale, there's a couple things. Basically, what we talked about in the pregame with the offensive and defensive line being so strong, they've got to be able to get by and get through that line. I don't know much about their quarterback, if he can throw the ball or not, but I haven't seen him on the warm-ups.
Yeah, and they did struggle offensively last week against North Fort Myers. Now, North Fort Myers always has a very good defense. They're very well coached over there at North Fort Myers.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, it's not going to get any easier against Dunbar's defense. So they're going to have to try to figure out. They can't expect to get a kickoff return touchdown and then another 6 points and beat Dunbar. I mean,
no.
Dunbar's just too talented all over the field. So some keys to the games for Dunbar. I mean, I'm going to start with, our offensive line. Last week, Barry White ran 15 times for 143 yards. So they were very balanced. They ran for 250 yards and threw for 240. So that balance, I think, is going to do wonders. So if they can maintain a offensive balance, I think that's the key for Dunbar.
I think also protecting Davion, giving him a chance to throw the ball. I think they've done that in the past, and they hopefully we can continue to do it in the future for this game.
I agree. Yeah, and for both him and when Landon Winterbottom gets in there, watch the highlights. Davion moved the ball very well in the first half last week. They just didn't score much in the first half, and then Winterbottom came in and he played lights out. So it's sort of nice to be able to have just all the skill position talent and the running backs and the wide receivers and then the line, but also have two quarterbacks you can rely on.
Right, and you've got other people behind the skill positions as well. It's just not a single player. They have backups that are able to step in and produce.
So the captains tonight for Dunbar, we have Nick Giordano. We have, who's that, 53, which is Darius Calhoun.
Right.
And then Dimitri Morgan. Dimitri's been an absolute beast in the first two games. I think he has 8 or 9 sacks in the first 2 games.
Really?
To go along with a number of tackles for losses. So he's definitely been the star so far of the defense.
Right.
But everybody has played well so far.
I agree. We he stands out, just lights out. And when he sacks somebody, he's been sacked. He comes in pretty strong and hard.
Yeah, he's a sure tackler. Now I did tease him this week. He is my student aide, and I was watching the highlights. And early on in the Vero game, he had an opportunity to just clean the clock of the quarterback, and he totally missed him.
Did he really?
And I was like, dude, you should have had 5 sacks, not 4. And he's like, I know. He goes, I didn't break down. So he's very astute. He knows. When he does make a mental mistake like that, and he makes some adjustments.
good.
But you know who offensively, another offensive star last week was Anthony Benjamin. Anthony Benjamin has been pretty much uncoverable so far in the first 2 games that they played against Cypress and Bishop Rowe. He had over 100 yards receiving again last week and 2 touchdowns.
That's great. Yeah, he comes from good family stock.
Yeah, he is the last of the Benjamins.
Is he really?
You know, we're gonna. The cool thing is, I talked to Coach Brown this week, and him and I put together a list of where our kids are playing on Saturdays. So we're gonna have that, and we're gonna hopefully get Rob to put that in the program so that the people in the stands can see where our kids are. We have 26 kids right now. That responded to us that are playing on Saturdays. 26.
Really?
So once again, Coach Brown gives these kids an opportunity to continue to play football, but also get a great education.
Great education.
Because a lot of our kids are going to private schools out of state.
Really?
So it's good to see. Both Kenny and Brandon. The older brothers of Anthony, they're both playing on Saturday. So, and Kenny won a national championship out in Valdosta. So, it's just good to see the kids continue to improve. I do have to text Shannon Reed because he got ejected last week it was a horrible targeting call. Like he moved his head to the side. It was horrible, but they're being successful, and the best part is. They like to come back and talk to the kids about what it takes to be successful at the next level.
Who were they playing?
I forget who they were playing.
Really?
They beat him handily.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's just a man among boys. So it looks like Riverdale will be receiving the opening kick to start the ball game. They will be going left to right on your radio, iPad, or whatever you're listening to this game. Or hopefully you're watching it on the YouTube. So Coach Hill over there running the YouTube connection for us. And we're about to get this game underway.
Weather's great, perfect for football. A little warm, but it's pretty over the field. There's no clouds.
So we're trying to figure out who is it. Manny Copeland that's kicking off because I think he changed jersey numbers. Number 18 tonight, and we do not have an 18 on the roster, but Rob told us, our program manager, Rob Little, told us that he kicked off and kicked last week at Vero. So we're going to assume, and you know what assuming does, that's Manny Copeland to kick off. So Dunbar in all orange tonight.
And here we go.
The kick is low line drive kick. It's fielded at the 35-yard line, returned straight up the field and hit and tackled for a gain of about 5. So
40.
The Riverdale Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 40. So I was interested. Maybe they because they did return a kickoff last week. They kicked it short because I was watching the huddle film this week and. He was kicking the ball almost into the end zone at Vero. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Riverdale taking over 1st and 10 at their own 40. Quarterbacking tonight for Riverdale is Brody Dorsey. They're going to go 3 wide receivers left. They're going to have a tight end here tight to the right of their line. We got shotgun formation with the running back to his left. Snap, handoff to the running back. He is going to be up the middle and tackled for a gain of about 2. That's number 6, Romeo Mcknight. So Romeo transferring over there to Riverdale was here last year at Dunbar. Great kid.
Avion was in on that tackle.
Avion in on the tackle.
The beginning of many for the night, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, Romeo was here last week. He is the brother of Jadarius Green McKnight, who is at Florida State. So we got 3 receivers left, a 1 receiver to the right, a McKnight to the right of Dorsey in the shotgun. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey. He's going to tuck it under, and he's going to try to run forward and maybe get a yard on the play. So it looks like Nick Giordano with the tackle. So that brings up 3rd and 7 from the Riverdale 43-yard line. We got 10:56 and counting in the first quarter. No score here at Dunbar High School. They're doing like a no huddle, but they're not in a hurry, which is interesting. They're going to go empty set this time. We got 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Dorsey in the shotgun, all by his lonesome. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey. He's going to be hit and sacked behind the line of scrimmage by Nick Giordano.
He came running. Whoa.
So Nick Giordano, this is a little of a grudge match. His brother was at Riverdale, passed away at Riverdale. That's why we have the spring game we had in honor of his brother. So that brings up 4th and 15 from the Riverdale 35-yard line. Back deep to receive. I can't see the number. Is that I think it's 5, which would be a line drive kick. It's going to be fielded at the 35-yard line and hit and tackled immediately by Riverdale. No, that was number 1, Bobby Dennis back, and also Avian Rice. So Bobby Dennis was back, made a smart play. It was a line drive kick short, took a big hop, and instead of letting it get more yards for Riverdale, he went up and grabbed it. Dunbar will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35. So Davion Palmer in at quarterback, and I would imagine we are going to see a heavy dose of both McCutcheon and Barry White tonight. So we got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. McCutcheon is to the right of Palmer. Snap, handoff, off the left side goes McCutcheon, and he's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 2.
Number 3. It's Brian Norgese is the tackler.
That was a nice play by him because I thought he was going to spin out of it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So it brings up 2nd and 8 for Dunbar at their own 37-yard line. Shotgun formation for Palmer. Got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. McCutcheon to the right of Palmer. Smack, handoff. Oh, no, Palmer keeps it this time on the read. He's going to have about 5 and the first down. So is it just me or the chain's 11 yards? No, I'm dead serious.
I'm sure.
So it was at the 35, but the first down marker was at the 46.
Yeah.
That's 11 yards. So that could be interesting throughout the game.
Let's double check it again.
So it's at the 47-yard line, and it goes to a little pass. So it's close.
Yeah.
Ish. So we got shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap straight back to pass goes Palmer. He's looking to the left. He throws deep, and it is almost intercepted. He throws into triple coverage, trying to get the ball to Anthony Benjamin. That was a dangerous pass.
Very.
So he was staring. The problem is he was staring over here the entire time.
Yeah, he didn't look off at all for any secondary or third receiver.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the Dunbar 47-yard line. Shotgun formation. Snap, fumbled snap, and he's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 8. So fumbled snap. They had that last week at Bishop Row where Palmer just dropped the ball a few times. So ball security. It's going to put Dunbar in a 3rd and about 17, back down to their own 39-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers right. Snap, straight back to pass goes Palmer. He's looking to his right. He throws, has a man, and it is caught. And he's going to have the first down more, and that is Bobby Dennis.
Great catch.
Yeah, he really went down to get that.
Great catch and run.
Yeah, when I saw how low that throw was, I didn't think he was going to have a chance to get it. The first down, but he made the catch, secured the ball first and foremost, and then made a man miss. So great job by Bobby Dennis. Puts it 1st and 10 at the 40 of Riverdale.
Also running a great route to get open.
Nice. So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Back to the pass goes
Kenny's
Palmer.
open.
He's going to be rolling to his left. He has a man, and he throws it short and incomplete. He was intended for, I believe it was Sean Russ. So, another opportunity there.
Threw that into the ground.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10, 7:44 to go in the first quarter. No score here at Dunbar. Dunbar on the move at the Riverdale 40. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap, handoff to McCutcheon. He's off the left side. He's at the 35, the 30, the 25, and knocked down at the 25-yard line. First down, gain of 15.
Nice run.
Every once in a while, I'm going to have to take a break and take a swing. So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap, it's going to be false start on Dunbar. So I like this. Dunbar's trying to do tempo here, but you got to make sure everybody's set. So it's going to bring up 1st and 15 for Dunbar.
Takes a lot of practice to get that routine down.
It's almost hard to keep up here. So
yeah,
we're going to go shotgun formation again. Palmer with McCutcheon to his right, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap, it's going to be handed off to McCutcheon. Straight up the middle. He has 5, 10, 15, and inside the 20 to the 12-yard line. So another big run up the middle, gashing him.
Big hole. Jeez.
So down to the 12-yard lines, 1st and 10. So McCutcheon right up the middle. 1st and 10 for Dunbar at the Riverdale 12. Shotgun formation. Snap. It's going to be handed off to McCutcheon again. No, Palmer keeps it, and he goes right up the middle. He's at the 3 and picked up and just slammed to the ground. But I think it's going to be a 1st and goal for Dunbar. It's going to be pretty close. Nope, we're going to 2nd and inches. 2nd and inches for Dunbar. They're going to go heavy this time, bringing in, I believe, it is Barry White, the big tailback. Snap is going to be handed off to Barry White off the right side. Cuts it up the middle. Touchdown, Yahtzee. Barry White into the end zone, making the score 6-0 Dunbar.
They just keep the ball on the ground the way that they're running it right down the gullet of Riverdale.
Yeah, Riverdale had nothing for Dunbar running up the middle, and but you got to give Bobby Dennis and Davion Palmer, because they had that 3rd and about 17 and picked up a big first down to keep the drive alive.
Okay.
So it looks like Copeland on to kick. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So that makes the score 7-0 Dunbar with 6:30 to go in the first quarter. That was an impressive drive.
It was. It was very methodical, and they ran the plays real well. A couple one-off sides, but other than that, they did extremely well.
You got to give that offensive line a lot of credit. I mean, they just ran the ball down Riverdale's throat, and last week it sounds like North Fort Myers had nothing offensively. Well, they did turn the ball over 5 times.
True.
So, as I said, we have 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Dunbar is leading 7-0. To kick it away is Manny Copeland. See how they approach it this time. So this is going to be a high kick this time. It's going to be fielded about the 15-yard line. Right up the middle, it goes number 25. He's going to reverse field to his right. But right there to make the tackle is number 11, Chris Singleton. Little Chris making the tackle. So his daddy was quite a ball player in the Lee County Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame. So little Chris has big shoes to fill, but he had a good game last week and coming up with a big tackle. So we're going to go to a commercial break here. We are at a water break. We are at 6:21 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Dunbar. You are listening to WWHTigerFM.com and also streaming on YouTube.
You're listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Malacino's Restaurant in Fort Myers, Buffalo Wings and Rings in Fort Myers, Bobby Dennis Handyman, serving the Fort Myers community, St. John First Missionary Baptist Church in Fort Myers, Veronica Shoemaker Florists in Fort Myers, Marathon Gas, Edison Oil, Bulk on Edison Avenue in Fort Myers, Cap City Auto and Cabs on Fowler Street in Fort Myers, the Community Press newspaper, serving your Dunbar, Fort Myers community and Lee County, TLP Financial Services, Southern Machine Steel, SMS on Flint and Edison Avenue here in Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Lawn Firm Stadium, where Riverdale takes over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Run up the middle there by number, I believe it's 1, Billy Donahue for a gain of about 3.
Nick Thomas in on the tackle.
Okay, so you keeping track of the tackles for us for our
I'm-
game balls?
I'm trying to participate here with you.
So you're doing a great job, Joe. So Riverdale going heavy this time.
Big.
Overloaded to the right. Looks like a different quarterback in.
Oh,
Snap,
high
high
snap.
snap. It's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 1. So they went Wildcat that time.
Fumble.
Fumble and Dunbar recovered?
Looks like it.
I did not see the signal, but it looks like
He
it.
was waving down the opposite end of the field.
So Dunbar forces a fumble, and I didn't even see it. So they went Wildcat that time with, I believe, number 26, Jaheim Clark, and he coughed it up, and which is appropriate for us since we cough. And then coughed it up, and Dunbar recovered and taking it over first and 10 at the Riverdale 35-yard line. We were right? Yeah, Manny. So we got 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. Palmer in the shotgun, straight back to pass, and it's going to be whistled dead. False start again against Dunbar. So just getting behind the change. I mean, the first drive was very successful, except for they had, 3 pre-snap penalties?
Yeah.
So it's going to set up first and 15 at their own at the Riverdale 40. Same thing, 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap straight back to pass goes Palmer. He looks over the middle, has a man wide open. It's completed at the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Yahtzee to Tawaski Abrams into the end zone. Oh, great pass there by Davion Palmer.
Hit him in stride. It was great.
Oh, great pass, 40-yard pitch and catch from Davion Palmer to Tawaski Abrams. Are you going to write these down just so we can recap?
Oh, that's right.
So, like, 5:32. So, the first one was 6:30, and that was Barry White, 3-yard touchdown. And then this was a 40-yard pitch and catch Palmer to Tawaski Abrams. Tawaski was really good last year as a freshman, so it's good to see his progression as a receiver. So that makes the score 13-0. 5:32 to go in the first quarter. The kick is up and it is low and good. So that makes the score 14-0 Dunbar. And they are just on the roll right now. So let's see if Riverdale's offense have an answer. Right now they don't have much going on.
That was Manny again for the extra point.
Manny, yep, with the extra point. 2 for 2, Manny. So on to kick is Manny Copeland for Dunbar. Back deep to return is number 6, Romeo Mcknight, and number 25, I believe that can't see it over there. 24 maybe?
6,
which would be 26?
No, 6 is the other one.
Yeah, that's Romeo, and then the far side, is it 20?
20 looks like 25.
Yeah, not on the roster. So, no name. So, high kick. It's going to be fielded by Romeo Mcknight at his 10. He's going to go right up the middle. He's going to reverse his field to the right. He's going to be hit, break a tackle. There's going to be a horse collar. No call.
Oh.
Huh. Definitely a horse collar.
Yeah.
But a good return there by Romeo Mcknight for about 18. They're at the 30, so about 20 yards on the return from Romeo Mcknight right up the middle. So Riverdale taking over first and 10 at their own 30.5-yard line. 5:24 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Dunbar. Let's see if the Riverdale offense can get something going. They're going to bring Brody Dorsey back in at quarterback, and they're going to go spread formation. Empty backfield. We got 3 receivers left, and then 2 tight ends here to the right. Man in motion is number 7. Snap to Dorsey, and the play is blown dead for a false start. Oh, delay a game. Sorry,
Whoa.
Delay a game. So there's the play clock. So that's going to make it first and 15. So that's their first pre-snap penalty.
Yeah.
And you got this is Riverdale's fourth game because they played their preseason classic, and then they've had 2 games so far.
Okay.
But this is only Dunbar's third. So, and it's only their second regular season game. So, pre-snap penalties happen.
Sure.
So we got same formation, got a man in motion. It's number 7, snap to Dorsey, straight back to pass. He's looking over the middle, has a man that's going to be completed to number 7, who is Anthony Baxter,
Number 12
for a gain of
on the
about 5.
12 on the tackle is Marquise Jones.
So Marquise in on the tackle, stopping him for a gain of about 5, making it 2nd and 10. So I don't mind that. Give up a 5-yard completion, as long as you make the tackle right away.
Yeah.
So we got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. The back is to the right of Dorsey. Straight back to pass. He's going to throw to his left. Has a man's completed. It's going to be hit again and tackled immediately. But another gain of 5, so it's going to be a big 3rd down and 5 here for Riverdale.
It was a penalty that hurt them.
So, Dorsey's in a little bit of rhythm right now. New running back in the game for Riverdale is Terry Jackson, number 21. So we got 3 receivers to the right for Dorsey, 1 to the left. Terry Jackson to the left of Dorsey in the shotgun. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey's looking to his right, and he has a man completed, 1st down and more, a gain of about 12. So Dunbar's, looks like they're doing that bend but don't break defense.
Yeah, that Kelby Tyer was a little off or laying back, not up on the receiver.
So it brings their first down of the game. We're going to 1st and 10 at the 46 of Riverdale. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey. Throws it to the left. Has another man, but dropped this time by number 11, Tucker Devaney. I mean, I like this. They're getting the ball out of the hands of Dorsey really fast.
Really fast.
It's not giving, the likes of Dimitri Morgan, or Jaylon Christmas in there to sack him.
Sure.
So
they're doing just 5-yard buttons and getting the ball thrown to him quickly.
Yeah, smart playing. So snap, straight back to pass. He's looking to his right, has a man
Another
completed, and it's going to be a gain of about 5. Sets up a big 3rd and 5. As a defensive lineman, you have to see this.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush. Just get your hands up and try to knock the ball down. So it brings up a big 3rd and about 5 for Riverdale at their own or at midfield. Got a shotgun formation, 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Terry Jackson to the right of Dorsey, changing the play up. Snap to Dorsey. He's going to look out to his right. Has the back wide open. He's going to have the 1st down and then goes out of bounds for a gain of about 7.
It was Terry Jackson.
So
the 1st down.
Nobody covered the back out of the backfield. A little swing pass there to Jackson, and he picks up a 1st down. So Riverdale has something going.
I like the play calling from Riverdale.
Yeah, definitely. They're figure we can't run the ball, so let's just do this short passing game. So we're going empty backfield this time. We got 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Dorsey in the shotgun. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey. He's going to look to his left. He's going to tuck it under. He has a little room, and he's going to have about 7 on 1st down. So we'll give him 6 on the play. So we're going to bring up 2nd and 4 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 37-yard line. So they're on the move. So smart play there by Dorsey. They came up a little bit and did a little bump and run coverage on that time. And so there was nobody open. So 2 receivers right, offsides Dunbar. So that's going to give a free 1st down to Riverdale. So that's 5 penalties against Dunbar already.
Yeah. Jeez. For one of them was Derek Moultrie.
Yeah, and they've been all pre-snap. I mean, you got to watch the. So we got timeout. Dunbar. Coach Brown is not a happy camper. We're going to be back here after a quick commercial break. Dunbar leads 14-0 with 2:15 to go in the 1st quarter.
for listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, Followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More, Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on tigerfm.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 14-0 with 2:15 to go. Riverdale, though, on the move. They're at the Dunbar 31-yard line, 1st and 10. So Dorsey is in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Jackson to his left. Snap, handoff to Jackson. He's off the right side, and he's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 2 on the play. So a little elusive in the backfield. I thought they had him in the backfield and broke out here.
I've been watching the left tackle for Riverdale. Heads up with Dimitri.
A big kid, so Dimitri he looks about just as tall, so about 6'6". So we got a second, and we'll give them 3 on that, so 2nd and 7. We got 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. We got new tailback, Billy Donahue in. Snap, it's going to be handed off to Donahue. He's right up the middle, and he's going to be tackled for a gain of... So we're going to give him about 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Riverdale. Yeah, he's just dragging tacklers. So 3rd and 3 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 24-yard line. Jackson back in at tailback. Dorsey in the shotgun. We got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Dunbar almost went offside again. I don't like that they could clap like that, simulating the snap.
Right.
So
I agree with you.
Snap is going to be straight back to pass by Dorsey. Has a man open, and this time completed to number 11. He's at the 10, the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverdale.
Poor tackling.
Yeah, poor tackling. So number 11 on the catch, Tucker Devaney, on a 24-yard pitching catch from Dorsey to
How many
Devaney.
yards?
24. So looks like Riverdale is going to try a trick 2-point conversion. So it looks like they have number 1, Billy Donahue. But they snap it to Romeo Mcknight, and he's going to be in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. So I saw this in one of the college games. They just line all the offensive linemen to the left, and then, they put the quarterback or running back in this instance behind them, and then the center doesn't snap it through his legs. He just throws it to him underhand.
Really? Lateral? Like a lateral?
Yeah, I mean, it's a snap. You don't have to snap it directly between your legs.
Really?
Yeah. So that's going to make the score 14-8. So Riverdale got a lot going on that drive.
They got a lot of momentum back from those 2 touchdowns that they gave up, and now that they're down 14-8, they're just a touchdown away from tying it up.
So we got 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Dunbar scored on both of their possessions so far, so let's see if they can keep some of the momentum, give the defense a little break. But I'm curious to see what Coach Schwoko does defensively to try to take some of that short passing game away.
Tawaski Abrams is back deep.
So's Bobby Dennis.
Bobby's Dennis in the middle.
Who's this? Nick? Is this no? Looks like number 30. Can't see the number on this side, but number 15 for Riverdale is going to be kicking off. That is Daylon DePaula. So, I mean, he didn't kick an extra point, so I'm curious to see how, what he does here.
That's true.
So, DePaula kicks it away. Wow. Boots it deep. It's going to be fielded by Tawaski. Oh, and he stumbles and falls at his own 5-yard line. He should have just let it go into the end zone.
Yes. Oh, jeez. Not thinking there. Not thinking at all.
So, horrible field position for Dunbar at their own 5-yard line. So, Coach Brown does not look too happy with that.
No. Hopefully, Tawaski can shake it off.
I think they were surprised that he kicked it that deep.
Yeah.
So, next time they'll probably make an adjustment and put 2 back deep. So, Dunbar will take over 1st and 10 at their own 5. It looks like they're going heavy. Barry White in at tailback. And no wide receiver. Snap is going to be handed to Barry White. He's off the left side. Oh, he has and he gets hit at the first down marker. I thought he breaks that tackle and he was gone.
He was going.
So, Barry White with a burst through the left side of the offensive line and gets about 12. So, moves it all the way out to the Dunbar 17-yard line, staying the same jumbo formation. Under center is Palmer. Handoff to Barry White. This time he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled for no gain.
Well, it comes up under center. They're stacking the lineup. Or it's coming up. The defensive backfield's coming up and clogging the.
Maybe it's an opportunity to sneak H-back out.
Right.
So same formation. Under center's Palmer. Snap. Handoff to Barry White. He's off the left side and hit. And that was a targeting call. No call. And Barry White's down. That is not good. That was definitely a targeting call. It should have been targeting on Romeo Mcknight. Hit him right in the helmet. And no call on the play. And that's going to set up Dunbar 2nd and 9. But that definitely was a cheap shot.
Sure.
Because he was already down and he came in and hit him right in the helmet.
Why didn't he call it? It's a change the quarter now.
Yep, so it's a end of the first quarter. Dunbar leads 14-8. We'll be back here after a quick commercial break. WWH, Tiger FM 93.3, and TigerFM.com.
You're listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 14-8 at the start of the second quarter. Big third down and a 10 here for Dunbar at their own 17-yard line. In the shotgun is Palmer this time. We got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap to Palmer, straight back to pass. He's looking over the middle, has a man again, Tawaski Abrams, and he drops it. A little bit behind him, but you got to make that catch.
Yeah, you got to make that catch. A little behind him.
So that's going to bring on the punting unit for Dunbar. So Riverdale did their job. They gave up a 12-yard run to Barry White to open the series, but then 3 plays later, forcing a punt from Dunbar.
This will be a big series for Dunbar if they can get the ball out and clear it out of there so that they get some room to defend. And
looks like Tavares Irons is on to kick the ball away, one of our stud defenders. So they're going to get a delay game here. Now timeout Dunbar. We're going to keep it here. So Riverdale had nothing going on. For their first couple possessions, they had a turnover. And then they came out and just start doing some short passes and really change the momentum of this ball game.
Exactly. Those short passes just changed up the whole makeup of the game, and then they countered it with good defense with going up against Dunbar.
Yeah. So that's going to be the first punt of the game for Dunbar. We got 11:56 to go in the which that pass only took 4 seconds to Abrams. So Dunbar leads 14-8, but going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. Riverdale doesn't look like they're going to put anybody back deep. Guy creeping back, but who's not on the roster, 25. Snap, high snap. Irons gets it down. Oh, nice high kick to Irons. Going to hit at the 50 and take a Dunbar bounce and go out of bounds about the 45-yard line.
Good kick.
Great kick by Irons. You know, I thought they were going to get the ball in their own territory, but, you know, a nice big long punt there by Irons, and it's going to set up Riverdale 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. 11:47 to go in the first half. Okay. Dunbar leads 14-8.
This is big for Dunbar. They've got to get their act back into again and be forceful to counter the offense.
Yeah. So Riverdale coming back out with Dorsey at quarterback, and it looks like Donahue in is the tailback. We've got 3 receivers left. A tight end to the right. Snap straight back to pass goes Dorsey's looking to his left. Has a man. It's intercepted. He's at the 35, 30, and he's going to be gone into the end zone. Yahtzee! Touchdown, Jeremiah Livingston. What a great play. I mean, he was open, thrown behind him. Jeremiah Livingston, though, was Johnny on the spot, picked it off, and he takes it about 45 yards into the end zone. To make the score 20-8. Jeremiah Livingston touchdown.
Okay, here we go. What are we going to do?
You got this one?
Oh, sorry. Say again, time?
So 11:36, and Jeremiah Livingston, unsportsmanlike conduct against Riverdale.
Oh, really? I was surprised.
So Dunbar, I would imagine they'll take it on the kickoff. So it's going to... it's a 15-yard penalty that will be assessed on the kickoff. Didn't see what happened there, but it's going to be 20-8 Dunbar with 11:36 to go in the first half. And on to kick it the extra point again is Manny Copeland. Oh, no, it was unsportsmanlike against Dunbar. So they changed the call.
I saw the way we were celebrating, and I didn't think it was the...
And they're going to take it on the kickoff, which makes sense. So on to attempt the extra point is Manny Copeland. Holding is Landon Winterbottom. So the snap is good. The kick is low, and it is off the crossbar, so no good. So it's going to keep the score 20-8 with 11:36 to go. So Dunbar's defense came up big that time, but they're right back on the field. So I like check the Riverdale band. They have like their drums lit up with LED lights.
LED lights.
So score is 20-8, and then Dunbar is going to have to kick off from their own 25-yard line after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Didn't see who it was on. So that's 7 penalties already for Dunbar. Something they have to clean up here.
Sure do. You just got to get a little tougher.
So Manny Copeland's going to have to kick it away from his own 25. So Riverdale's going to get great field position again. I mean, they've had pretty good field position this first half.
Yeah.
You know, they had it at their own 30 a couple times, and they had it at their own 45, and 8 points to show for it. So let's see if Dunbar's coverage team can keep Riverdale from returning one. They returned one last week against North. So Copeland on to kick it away.
Copeland, the way he walks that off, looks like he knows what he's doing.
So the kick is high. It's going to be right down the middle. It's going to be fielded by Romeo Mcknight at his 25. He's at the 30, the 35. Up the middle. He makes a man miss. He's at the 45 and out of bounds.
Oh, no. Come on.
No, because he hit him inbounds and then tackled him out of bounds.
Good.
So
I was worried. Nope, there it goes.
Yep, and it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on DeAndre McCutcheon on the sideline. He wasn't even in the game. So another 15-yard penalty against Dunbar. I mean, they
dumb.
have to
Just
keep
dumb.
their cool.
Yeah, just dumb.
I mean, now, they're going to have Riverdale's going to have the ball inside the Dunbar 40-yard line. Now, granted, he did get up. Their player did get up and was talking trash, but you got to keep your cool.
Yeah.
I think he was talking trash because he did get tackled and was thrown down out of bounds, but is now going to give Riverdale fantastic field position. And, when you just make a big play and you get 2 15-yard penalties, that's just not smart football. So Riverdale will have it 1st and 10 at the Dunbar 36-yard line. Dorsey still in at quarterback, and they're going to go 2 receivers right, and then their tight end is going to be tight to the line right behind the guard.
What do you think? What do you call here? You think they'll pass it or run it? They've been having success with the pass.
Yeah, they haven't much. What are they talking about here? I mean, they just got 30 yards of penalties, so, I mean, I don't know what Riverdale's complaining about. Got 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Dorsey in the shotgun with Jackson to his right. Snap's going to be handoff to Jackson right up the middle. He makes a man miss, but then tackled for a gain of 1. So good job there by Cash Davis on the tackle. And I believe it was 56, Jalen Christmas. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 35-yard line. Dorsey in the shotgun, empty backfield this time. We got 3 receivers to the right,
All right,
and 2 to the left.
So they're going to pass.
A man in motion is number 11. Snap.
Oh,
Dorsey's
right,
going to do the quarterback's draw, and it's going to go right up the middle and have about 3, maybe 4. You're going to give him 4.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 4 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 31-yard line.
Nice placement.
So smart play there. Got it 3rd and manageable. This is 4-down territory anyway. I don't know. The kicker has a big leg.
Yeah.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Oh.
Dunbar goes off sides again. This time it's J.B. Stevens. So that's 9 penalties for Dunbar in the first half. I mean, that's just not smart football. Interesting, muddle huddle here for Riverdale.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go with a Wildcat formation, which they have Jaheim Clark in the tailback as the quarterback. Snap is going to be Clark. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 3. So they went Wildcat that time. Clark up the middle for a gain of 3. Makes it 2nd and 7 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 23-yard line. 9:43 to go in the first half. Dunbar leads 20-8. Same formation, it looks like, except for this time it's going to be Donahue taking the snap. Got 1 receiver right. Snap. It's high snap to Donahue. He makes a nice catch, and he's going to churn. Should be a holding call here coming. But he picks up, I believe, pretty close to the first down.
Did you see a flag?
Yeah, there's a flag on the play. I believe it was Reginald Davis, Cash Davis, that got tackled. So we'll see what the call is on the play. Still talking about it.
Nobody's going near the ball.
Personal foul. You're gonna be kidding me. They call targeting on that, and they don't call targeting on
The one before.
Romeo Mcknight when he hit Barry White in the helmet. That's just ridiculous. That's my first criticism of officiating this year, but that's just bad. I mean, it was right in front of the officials down here, and there was no targeting whatsoever. It's going to be half the distance. Another penalty for Dunbar. It's up to 10. But you got to call it both ways. I mean, targeting is targeting.
True.
So Dorsey back in at quarterback, 3 receivers right. Snap is going to be handed off. Straight up the middle goes 21. He's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 1.
Boy, it'd be nice if they could hold him here.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from the 5. I just don't like when officials control games.
I agree with you.
Now, granted, the unsportsmanlike conduct, I mean, there's no argument with that. I'm not criticizing that. But it's when a targeting call happens when there was another one obvious. So Wildcat formation, and Dunbar goes offsides again.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they are simulating the snap. I think they have to really review that. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 2.5 now. So into the Wildcat, number 22 is A.J. Smith. Snap, it's going to be to Romeo Mcknight. He's going to be off the right side. He's going to be hit and tackled short of the goal line, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. I was going to say, they better not give him a touchdown because I saw his knee hit at like the 2. I couldn't see who was in on the tackle that time. It looked like Christmas again.
Yeah. Okay, 3rd down.
So 3rd and goal from the Dunbar 1. We have 8 minutes to go in the half. Riverdale threatening again. We got Wildcat formation and A.J. Smith in the tailback. Snap to Smith. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be into the end zone touchdown. So some gifts there by the officiating crew, but Riverdale takes advantage of it.
And who ran it in?
A.J. Smith, 1 yard. So that makes the score 20-14, and it looks like Riverdale's going to go for 2 again. Going to go same formation here. You got 2 receivers to the right, but then they got their entire line to the left, and they'll probably now they're shifting, and they're going to bring the kicker on, who's 15, and that is Dalen DePaula. He's going to be on to attempt the extra point. Low snap. It's going to be fielded. It's going to go straight up the middle. It's going to be close, but tackled short of the goal line. So unsuccessful 2-point try, and Coach Brown is not happy with it because of illegal formations. Like, he just wants it to be called both ways. He is out there hot at the White Hat, and but that makes the score 20-14 with 7:44 to go in the first, and that's what he's talking about. They're simulating the snap, and it's drawing the defensive lineman off sides. So, because you can clap, but you can't, like, head nod, and that's what Riverdale's doing.
Right.
I mean, that's what we call cheating.
Cheating.
So, 20-14 for Dunbar with 7:44 to go in the first half. Back deep is Tawaski Abrams. I thought they would put another person back deep. I honestly thought that they would, change the coverage or the return unit. So DePaula is going to be kicking it away here for Riverdale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I thought they had 11 or 12 on the field.
Yeah,
but
it looks like that.
So DePaula to kick it away. Has it set up on the right hash.
I'd move Bobby up a little.
You think he's going to pooch it like right there in that hole?
Right in that hole, and it just get some racehorses down there.
So DePaula's going to kick it away. It's a high, deep kick. This time it's going to be fielded inside the 5 by Tawaski, and he's going to reverse field to the right. He's going to be hit and tackled about the 15-yard line. So bad field position once again for Dunbar. Setting up 1st and 10 from their own 15. So they need to make an adjustment and put a second person back because Tawaski's in the middle, But DePaula's doing a really good job kicking it to the left and right of them, and it's giving the coverage unit there for
extra time.
Yeah, so we're going to go shotgun formation this time with Palmer. We're going to go 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Snap, handoff right up the middle goes McCutcheon off the left side. He bounces it, and he's going to have the first down and more. So, a flag, another flag. Let's see who this is against. Shocking against Dunbar. So up to 11 penalties in the first half. So, I mean, they got to start calling this both ways because Riverdale's holding. They already got away with a targeting call. And Dunbar is going to be called for holding after a 11-yard gain. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal. This is what I'm talking about. Officials controlling football games.
Sure.
We didn't come here to watch them.
And if, for some reason in high school, it's real rampant.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have enough officials on the field. They only have 5. So, going to snap. It's going to be straight back to passes. And it's going to be they're going to call it a catch, but only a gain of 3.
He was on his knees when he caught it.
Yeah. So it's going to bring up second and about 14 for Dunbar at their own 11 or 12-yard line.
Dunbar can't give up. They've got to really start stepping it up their play.
So
with penalties.
Palmer in the shotgun. We got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tailback McCutcheon to the left of Palmer. I mean, they ran the ball so well, and now they're just not. They're going pass happy. Snap, straight back to pass goes Palmer. He's looking to his right. He's going to tuck it. He's going to roll to his right. Has a man. It's going to be completed and makes a man miss, and he's going to have the first down. Great job there by Anthony Benjamin to tight walk the sideline and going to have a big gain of 16 yards there for Dunbar. Can you close up, please? So we got Dunbar first and 10 from their own 30-yard line. We got shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap to Palmer, handoff to McCutcheon. He's off the left side. He has 5, and he has about 10. Can you go that way? Because we're live here, so it's like, thank you. So it's going to be another first down for McCutcheon. So on the big off the left side of the line, which is I believe it's Church on the left side.
Yeah.
Almost false start there by Dunbar, but no call. We got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Palmer in the shotgun formation. Snap straight back to pass goes Palmer. He's looking to his right. He's rolling to his right. Has a man, and it's going to be short. And nice catch there by Sean Russ to go down and get it. It looks like Davion's just short arming his throws right now.
Sure.
They're coming out. The nose of the ball is down. Interesting. They're gonna call that incomplete, I guess.
Well, the sideline ref did call it complete.
He did, right?
Yeah.
And then who called it incomplete?
I don't know.
The Riverdale sideline came out and argued. So that's going to bring on Landon Winterbottom. So they're doing a quarterback change here. We got 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. McCutcheon to the left of Winterbottom. Snap is going to be handed off to McCutcheon right up the middle. He's going to have about 5 yards and set up third and about 4. Palmer's coming back on. I think Coach Brown just wanted to talk to him. Like, you got to finish your throws. So this is a big third down here because Dunbar needs to get some momentum back here in this ball game.
Definitely. They've lost everything they had in the first quarter.
So we got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Palmer back in at quarterback with McCutcheon to his left in the shotgun. Snap is going to be straight back to pass. Has a man over the middle, and he just threw.
He stopped his route.
Yeah, I mean, he zigged when he was supposed to zag, I guess, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So, yeah, all the offensive momentum we had in the first quarter is gone right now. There's like no mojo. They need to start running the football again.
Yeah.
So Irons to kick it away. Back deep is number 25, who is not on the roster. We're going to call him the unnamed player. Good snap. The kick is high. It is a nice kick by Irons. It's going to take a Riverdale bounce this time, and going to be touched down at about the 23-yard line of Riverdale. So another good punt. We're going to go to a commercial break. It is a water break. So we'll go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back here. Dunbar leads 20-14 with 4:57 to go in the first half.
You're listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Ballasino's Restaurant in Fort Myers, Buffalo Wings and Rings in Fort Myers, Bobby Dennis Handyman, serving the Fort Myers community, St. John First Missionary Baptist Church in Fort Myers, Veronica Shoemaker Florists in Fort Myers, Marathon Gas, Edison Oil, Bulk on Edison Avenue in Fort Myers, Cap City Auto and Cabs on Fowler Street in Fort Myers, the Community Press newspaper, serving your Dunbar, Fort Myers community and Lee County, TLP Financial Services, Southern Machine Steel, SMS on Flint and Edison Avenue here in Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on tigerfm.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, where Riverdale takes over 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, gets about 5 on the play, makes it 2nd and 5. So Riverdale's doing a really good job, though, of mixing up their offensive play calls here. So big 2nd and 5. Dunbar needs to get a 3 and out here and get some momentum back. So we got 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dorsey in the shotgun. Snap is going to be handed off right up the middle, and is going to be hit and tackled for maybe a gain of 1. Generous spot there on the far side. Brings up a 3rd and about 4. Number 21 that time, Terry Jackson on the carry, I believe. So brings up a big 3rd and 4 for the Dunbar defense. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dorsey in the shotgun. See, he's bobbing his head every time he claps. I think that's what Coach Brown was talking about. So Riverdale trying to get the play in here. 10 seconds on the play clock. And a timeout Riverdale. So we'll keep it here. 3:48 to go. Dunbar really had everything going for him in the first, quarter. They ran the ball extremely well, and then they got the turnover, and then immediately up the middle for a completion,
Sure.
A touchdown to Tawaski Abrams. But then we went jumbo, and like you said, everybody and their cousin knew that Dunbar was going to run the ball. They ran the ball successful one time, but then they just got behind the chains. And what really changed the momentum of the game was when Dunbar got the pick 6, got the unsportsmanlike conduct call, and then on the kickoff got another unsportsmanlike conduct. So 30 yards of penalties for Riverdale really gave what momentum we should have had back to Riverdale. So this is a good opportunity to get it back, though.
As a gift, really.
So we got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Riverdale. Dorsey in the shotgun with Jackson to his right. Looking to the sideline. Snap to Dorsey. He's going to be straight back to pass. He's going to throw, and he's going to be hit and tackled close to the first. Oh, that was a generous spot. Generous. They put where the helmet is, not where the ball is. I don't get
right,
that.
You're right. I don't understand.
Because he did not make it close to the 35-yard line.
I was surprised they had 3 guys around here. He really threaded the needle into that for that pass.
It was a nice throw and catch there.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 10 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 35-yard line. Shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Man in motion is number 11. And he's coming back the other way this time. The okey doke. Snap is going to be handed off to Jackson. He's going to be off the left side. He's going to have about 7.
Good call.
See, they're really mixing up the run and pass.
They sure are.
And Dunbar's defensive line, they just it doesn't have the fire. It looks like they thought they were just going to come in here and shut them down.
That's a good way to put it. And it's a little under 3 minutes left to play.
In the first half, Dunbar leads 20-14, but Riverdale on the move. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Snap, it's going to be handed off to Jackson again. He's off the left side. He's going to have the first down and more. Stays on his feet.
Stays on his feet.
But then immediately tackled. So gain of about 6 for Jackson. Found something on this right side of the Dunbar defensive line. So ball at the Riverdale 49-yard line. 2:28 to go in the first half. Shotgun formation for Dorsey, and this time Donahue is the tailback to his right. Got 3 receivers to the right. A tight end to the left. Snap, straight back to pass, looking to his right. It's going to be knocked down. See, that's what we talked about before. The defensive line, Dimitri, got smart. He's like, okay, they're just going to throw these quick passes. I'm going to get my hands up. He knocks it down and makes a big play there. Good, smart play there by Dimitri Morgan.
It looked like a little use of the hands on the offensive tackle.
Oh, really? Didn't see that. I just saw the great play there by Dimitri to make it 2nd and 10 for Riverdale at their own 49-yard line. So we got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dorsey in the shotgun. I believe Donahue's still in the tailback. Snap's going to be handed off to Donahue right up the middle. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, break a tackle, and then he's going to be hit hard and tackled for no gain. So good job there by number 13, J.B. Stevens. So it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 10. Dunbar has 2 timeouts left. So if they can get a stop here, call a timeout, they're going to have enough time to do a little 2-minute drill. So it looks like Donahue's limping off the field. Got a shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers. It's going to be injury timeout. So he ran all the way to the sideline, and Riverdale said go down so they could get a free timeout. So he literally ran the entire width of the field, and then the coaches are over there like waving him down when he's 2 feet from the sideline.
Yeah.
Like he was there. Help him off the field. So
Coach Brown is still talking to the ref.
Yeah, I mean, and he has a lot of gripes. So it's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 10, but this should stop the clock. I'm curious to see if they wind the clock because, it was an injury timeout, but it's under 2 minutes. So, in the college game, they are required to take a timeout. So, yep, they're winding the clock. So they ran 20 seconds off, and then they can run another 25 seconds off.
Wow.
So that's a big advantage for Riverdale to try to not give the ball back to Dunbar. Snap straight back to pass goes Donahue. He's going to tuck it under. He's going to fumble it, and it's going to be recovered by Riverdale, I believe.
My God, how did he miss that one?
Irons had it. So it's 4th down. Call a timeout. Sammy, call a timeout. Call a timeout. The clock should be moving, but it is not. Maybe. Sam, call a timeout. There we go. After 5 seconds. So they should put time back on the clock.
They should.
6 seconds ran off the clock because Coach Brown was right by the official asking for a timeout, and 6 seconds ran off the clock. Falk sending you texts.
Oh, you can't wait.
So we're going to keep it here. 1:09 to go in the first half. Dunbar has the opportunity here to hopefully maybe get a big return here from Bobby Dennis or Sean Russ.
Yeah, our at-home spectator, Carl Falk, is reminding me that the left tackle is holding on every play on Dimitri.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And because he can see it like on the
video.
Yeah. So back deep to receive is Sean Russ and Bobby Dennis. Snaps, good snap. It's going to be a high kick, line drive, angled smartly, and it's going to be out of bounds inside the Dunbar 20 and marked down at the 18, 19, 20-yard line. So Dunbar has a 1:01. They have 1 timeout remaining. Don't forget the clock does stop on first down until they do the chains.
Sure.
But 1:01 to go, 80 yards.
Well, you need a big play for that.
And they have big play receivers, so.
Yeah, Carl also brought up why we're not doing any misdirection.
Yeah, it's a great, great call. So we got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Palmer in the shotgun. Snap, straight back to pass goes Palmer. He has a screen pass set up to McCutcheon. He has 5, 10, and hammered down, but it's going to be a first down, so the clock is stopped, so they're going to have to rush to the line. Now, the one good thing about this, Dunbar has been doing up-tempo this year. So the clock is started, 51 seconds. Palmer shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap straight back to pack as he's looking to his left. It's completed here to Avian Rice, and he's going to be tackled inbounds.
Oh, it looked like he was out.
So, and it's going to be a flag. About time. This better be on Riverdale because 55 was definitely talking trash. So it should be unsportsmanlike on Riverdale. I don't know what the discussion was. I mean, it was taunting. So it's going to be a 15-yard finally against Riverdale because they also taunted after their first touchdown and no call. So I think that's only their 3rd penalty on the game. So Dunbar gets 15 yards. They're in Riverdale territory. Snap straight back to Bastos Palmer. He's going to look to his left, have a man, and it's short. He's short-arming everything.
No, but that was catchable.
So pass intended for Bobby Dennis.
It was low, but Bobby picked that one like that up even lower than that before.
He did, but he was also stopped.
True.
You know, if he catches that in stride, that might be 6. So 28 seconds to go. Got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation is Palmer. McCutcheon to his right. Snap straight back to Pasco's Palmer. He's looking to his right. He's rolling to his right. Has a man deep.
Go.
Oh, he was wide open, but this time dropped by Avian Rice. Anthony Benjamin, though, was wide open deep. And then they saw Avian coming across the middle. Would have had the first down, but it was dropped. And brings up a big 3rd and 10. But when he was rolling to his right, Anthony Benjamin just ran by Mcknight, and there was no safety help. So if he would have just thrown it deep, we would have probably had 6. So a big 3rd and 10 here with 21 seconds to go in the half. Shotgun formation. We got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and it's timeout Riverdale. So timeout Riverdale. We'll keep it here 21 seconds. You're listening to WWH, Tiger FM, and TigerFM.com. Also streaming live on the YouTube. So however you're listening or watching, thank you for listening. Dunbar had all the momentum in the first quarter, and then just a rash of penalties gave all the momentum to
they just shot
Riverdale.
Themselves in the foot.
So, but they have an opportunity here from their own, from the Riverdale 46 to maybe, squeak out some points here at the end of the first half. Palmer played pretty well this first half, but I don't know if he's throwing off his back foot. Falk might be able to rewind and review it, but he's definitely short-arming his throws, and the nose of the ball when it comes out is down. So,
so it's the max he can get is probably 15 yards, 20 yards max.
Accurately, yeah. So we got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. McCutcheon to the right of Palmer. Snap straight back to Pasco's Palmer. He's going to look deep. He's going to tuck it under, and he's going to throw it to the left. It's going to be completed and makes a man miss. He's at the 25. He's at the 20 and tackled at the 20-yard line. The clock will stop. Dunbar does have 1 timeout.
8 seconds.
So the clock stops on the first down. 8 seconds. They're going to clock it, I would imagine. Clock is going, so 8, 7. They clocked it, and 6 seconds left. So do you attempt a 36-yard field goal or a 37-yard field goal, or do you just throw it in the end zone?
Well, his last extra point hit the post, so I think I'd go for the touchdown.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, I didn't see who the receiver was on that. If they would have spun and gone out of bounds, it would have saved about probably 8 seconds. So shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, McCutcheon to the right of Palmer. Snap straight back to Pasco's bomber. He is looking to his left. He's looking over, and he has him. It's knocked down and incomplete.
Wow.
So that will be the half. Dunbar leads 20-14, but they do get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
So we'll be back here after commercial break. You're listening to WWDH 93.3 and TigerFM.com.
Cap City Superstore on Fowler Street in Fort Myers. Everything you want for your truck. Bed covers, truck caps, Nerf bars. Cap City Superstore has it all. Lear and ARA tops that are a perfect color match to your truck. Retractable running boards installed, plus many more accessories. Cap City Superstore on Fowler Street in Fort Myers. CapCitySuperstore.com. 337-5861.
Cap City USA Superstore. Truck parts and accessories. When you are looking for that special car and truck accessory, 239-337-5861. Gino and Bill will answer the phone. Cap City is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed on Saturday and Sunday. Cap City advertises on this radio station, Tiger FM 93.3, serving the Dunbar-Fort Myers community, and is a proud sponsor of Dunbar High School Tiger Sports.
CapCitySuperstore.com. 337-5861.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, so where we have a special guest in the house. Former Dunbar head girls basketball coach Dwayne Donnell is being honored at halftime for his induction to the Hall of Fame here in Lee County. So congratulations to Coach Donnell. Much deserved. He has done so much here for the Dunbar community, Dunbar High School athletics. He's known all over the place. As I heard the program director over there, who's reading a little spiel. He's become a legend, not only here in Lee County but in Florida. So it's good to recognize Coach Dwayne Donnell. Good to see his wife out there, Siobhan, and then we got Mr. Carl Burnside, our building principal, and our athletic director, Mr. Aubrey Daniels. So it's great to see.
Yeah, it's good to see Donnell wearing his orange and white.
Oh, he there's no doubt. I mean, he came to the spring game, and he was in everything and decked out. So good to see. We're going to do a little recap here of the scoring.
You can read my writing.
Yeah, I think I can read your writing. So, Dunbar.
Dunbar is
Okay. So the Dunbar kicked off to start the game. Riverdale had really nothing going on in that first drive. So they kicked it away, and then Dunbar had a very successful drive, even though they had probably 3 penalties in that first drive with false start penalties.
Uh-huh.
So they marched it down about, I believe it was about 70 yards, and they capped it with a touchdown on a Barry White 3-yard touchdown. A Manny Copeland extra point made the score 7-0, and then after a turnover by, I believe it was number 21, Terry Jackson, on the fumble, they did a little they went wildcat on it,
Yeah.
and it was a fumble. Sorry, no, I believe it was Jaheim Clark fumbled it, recovered by Dunbar at the 40-yard line, and then the very first play was a false start, so they moved it back 5, and then after that is Davion Palmer to Tawaski Abrams right down the middle of the field, pitch and catch 45 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. Manny Copeland extra point made the score 14-0. But then that's where the momentum really started to change. Riverdale started figuring out, just short passes, mixing a run every now and then. Mm-hmm. But they were only doing like 5-yard hitch routes. They did it the entire way down the field, and they capped it with a 24-yard touchdown to Tucker. I believe it is Devaney. Did a little hook route and 3 missed tackles later, he's in the end zone, 24 yards, touchdown. A successful 2-point conversion by Romeo Mcknight made the score 14-8. Then Dunbar, excuse me, their defense once again, after a 3-and-out by the offense, punted it away. Riverdale had great field position, but on the very first play, Dorsey threw to the left, and it was picked off by Jeremiah Livingston, who took it 45 yards to the house, touchdown, 11:36 to go in the first half, made the score 20-0. The extra point was off the crossbar, so the score kept the score at 20-8. Sorry. Now this is where it got really wonky because they called an unsportsmanlike conduct at first against Riverdale, then they corrected it and said against Dunbar. So then Dunbar had 15 yards. They kicked off, and Romeo Mcknight had a really good return, returned it almost to midfield, and then we had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty by DeAndre McCutcheon, who wasn't even on the field at the time, because their guy got up and was trash talking. He responded and got called. So that was 15 yards and put them in great field position. And then they just did, a little run here, pass there, after another targeting call and 2 offsides penalties. Riverdale marched it down and had I believe it was a 1-yard touchdown run by, this time it was A.J. Smith, into the end zone, which made the score 20-14. And that's where we have it at halftime. So it's just one of those things where, Dunbar's defense had some mental lapses in that first half, and just penalty upon penalty upon penalty just took Dunbar out of any kind of rhythm.
Sure. Those penalties were just backbreaking.
Yeah, I mean they had 11 penalties in that first half, and the momentum swing though really was when Dunbar got the interception and then proceeded to get 30 yards of penalties on the touchdown, where they fixed their call. And the other big call was in that last drive. And when we had the completion that they called a completion, Riverdale's complaining, and then they overruled the guy that was Johnny on the spot. Right. I couldn't see if Russ caught it or not. It was low, but it appeared to me that he got his arms under the ball, and then Riverdale's complaining, and then they get the call. That's so right. It's just like, okay, don't let Riverdale call the game here.
Right.
Just do what you're supposed to pay to do.
This sideline ref was, 10 yards from the catch.
Absolutely, and he was adamant about it.
Yeah.
They didn't even talk about it. That's the worst part. They just overruled him from the other side. And
they've been talking a lot about it with the penalties against Dunbar.
Yeah, and Coach Brown, I mean, if you're watching at home, Coach Brown has been as fired up as I've seen him in a long time about the officiating. Like I said, if you would have listened to the Cypress game, I didn't criticize the officials one time. People are like, well, this was a blowout. But it doesn't matter.
I'll attest to that.
I'm a person that there's 2 football teams out here, and like Coach Falk, who's watching at home, saying that their right tackle is holding Dimitri every play, but there's no call. So at some point, you need to call it both ways. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. I don't care who it's on.
True. But
when they don't call a clear targeting penalty on Barry White, who hasn't been, by the way, in the game since said targeting call.
You're right. Right.
That's a big thing because Barry White's a big part of this offense.
It sure is. Or he sure is.
So Riverdale's band is on the field. They're doing a great job here. Good to see. Interesting. Coach Falk says they have the best fight song in the world. It must be Michigan, which would probably sound like absolute garbage.
Yeah.
But 8 minutes ago, we're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to get back here. We're going to talk about keys to the second half, and then we'll get on with the kickoff. Dunbar does receive the opening kickoff in the second half. So we'll be back here after a commercial break, 93.3 WWDH, TigerFM.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Of the Dunbar community and of Southwest Florida, the Community Press is the newspaper for you. It's a little newspaper with big news. The Community Press is available free at local stores and newsstands around Southwest Florida. You can also read it online, communitypressfla.org. That's communitypressflorida.org. You can download your monthly copy via the web, and you will find the Media Press Kit, which will tell you about how to place ads in the Community Press newspaper and how to send articles of interest. The Community Press is published the first Thursday of each month and distributed free throughout Southwest Florida. Deadline for advertising, church news, business directory, and general news items is 5 p.m. the last Friday of each month for the next issue of the first Thursday's publication. For more information, 239-332-1073. James Middlebrooks will answer the phone. The Community Press of Southwest Florida welcomes all contributions, and you can deliver it direct to the editor. The Community Press is a proud supporter of Dunbar High School sports and serves your Dunbar community. Gigi's Meat Grocery Store is located at 3529 Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard in Fort Myers. Their phone number is 239-332-0220. Gigi's has been in the Dunbar community since 2014 and is managed by Joe and Sam. Gigi features money grams, money orders, beverages, soda, wine, beer, ice cream, meat groceries, produce, lottery tickets, bill pay services, fax and copy services, Florida Power and Light bill pay services, weekly meat bundle specials, hot fresh food from the kitchen, deli open for breakfast, lunch, snack, or dinner. Gigi's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Gigi's Meat Grocery Store, located at 3529 Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard in Fort Myers, advertises on this radio station, Tiger FM 93.3, and is a proud supporter of Dunbar High School Tiger sports. Gigi's, serving in the Dunbar MLK community since 2014. Gigi's, 239-332-0220.
Welcome back here to North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads at half, 20-14. Dunbar's marching streak is out on the field now doing their halftime show. So Riverdale did a good job, except for I did have to throw up in my mouth a little bit with their fight song. I think it's a simple key to the game here for Dunbar in the second half, and that's penalties.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They've got to be a little bit more controlled. But you know what? A couple of those penalties with the head shaking and the clapping at the same time, drawing them off, was But the big penalties were the unsportsmanlike contact and the targeting. Which we both have a problem with. But I'd like to see them get back to the running game, and so that opens up their passing game.
Yeah, I agree, and that's the thing. The first drive, they ran the ball so well. I mean, McCutcheon was, 11 yards, 15 yards, 6 yards. Like, he was, and it was right up the middle.
Right.
Just quick hitters right up the middle, and they sort of went away from it. Sorry. So it's like, yes, it's important to have balance, but what's the old adage? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
type
right.
thing.
Right.
And if you're running it down their throat, say, okay, we're going to run it until you stop us, and then you can go off the run game. Can the program director walking through? Did you close and lock the door there, Robert?
Hang on, let me pay for that. Okay, got it.
Okay, just making sure.
You guys are doing great, thanks.
So, if they just run it until they stop, like you said, it's just going to open that passing game, and we have so many weapons on the outside. I mean, we have 4 receivers that are probably, if not the best in the area, like they have to be in the top 10. And I'm talking about every single one of them. You got Sean Russ, you got Anthony Benjamin, you got Bobby Dennis, you got Tawaski Abrams, you just go down the list, and we have some young guys that are, not even getting the playing time because we are so deep and talented at that receiver position. Defensively, I think the defensive line has to do a little bit better job controlling the line of scrimmage, and when they see that it's a pass, just like Dimitri did, just get your hands up.
True.
And because their quarterback's not that tall, so Dimitri just swatted the ball down.
Their offensive line is holding. Riverdale's offensive line is holding real well. I don't see a lot of penetration on our part. We're tackling, but we're tackling at the line of scrimmage and giving up the 3 and 5 yards that
Right, and following that, Joe, Riverdale has done a really good job. Everything's quick passes. So it doesn't give that vaunted pass rush.
Right.
We had 1 sack on the first series by Nick Giordano, but after that we haven't had anything.
And he blitzed from the linebacker position.
Yeah, so I mean it's I'm curious to see what changes Coach Swolko does in the second half here to counter the short passing game of Riverdale. But it's one of those things where I think with a few tweaks, I think that the Dunbar defense can just shut down Riverdale in the second half.
I agree. And I think that just without those darn penalties, I'd love to see what the game would have looked like if we didn't have those penalties.
Right, and I'm curious to see who starts at quarterback in the second half. Last week in the first half, it was Davion Palmer, and then the second half it was Landon Winterbottom. Coach Brown did pull Davion out just to talk to him because he's been short arming everything and throwing off his back foot instead of getting really out over the top of it and just letting it fly. Just play your game.
Sure.
And Davion's a good enough quarterback where if he just stays in his zone and trusts his ability, he's fine.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be my first time seeing Winterbottom play, so I'm anxious to see if he does get in, how he handles himself.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, and you really do. I mean, they only got 14 points off the Riverdale defense, and they were on the first 2 drives. After that, I don't know if it was a combination of Riverdale making adjustments or the Dunbar Tigers just changing their offensive game plan.
Yeah.
I think it was a combination of the two because Riverdale did a really good job. They stopped the run a little bit better, but that was out of the jumbo formation. They really haven't done a really good job stopping the run out of the spread.
I've seen Winterbottom now picking up a ball.
Okay, so we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back here to start the second half. Dunbar leads 20-14 and get the ball to start the second half. So we'll be back here after a short commercial break.
You're listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium where Dunbar leads at half 20-14. We see both Davion Palmer and Landon Winterbottom warming up. So I'm not sure who's going to get the start here in the second half, but regardless, whoever gets the start in the second half at the quarterback position, they just have to trust their stuff. Both of them are very good passers in the pocket. Neither of them are the greatest of athletes, but the offensive line has done a really good job protecting the quarterback.
Yeah.
So just trust yourself, trust your line, and just step up and make throws.
I agree. They've got the talent, they've got the coaching, and they just got to just put that together and run with it.
And like I said, Dunbar will get the ball to start the second half. So barring an onside kick, I should say, they should get the ball to start the second half. And then I think I would like to see a lot of the run and mix in the pass. It seemed that's what worked in the first quarter. Now, granted, we had that first drive, right?
Yeah.
The second one was a one-play touchdown. After that, offensively until the end of the half, didn't really have much going on.
No, you're right. It looks like we have about 40 seconds left before kickoff.
So just both teams out stretching. And, I thought both McCutcheon and Barry White did a great job running the football in the first half.
They were great runs, too.
So I'd like to see him get back to it. I haven't seen Barry, though, since the non-targeting call. So that's a little bit disconcerting to me. I don't know if you've seen him out there or not. Have you seen him since?
No, I haven't.
So we'll check that. Keep an eye out on that. I'm looking for him on the sideline. I'm not seeing him. Do you see 14?
No, I don't.
Don't see him. So I'm hoping they make an adjustment also on kickoff. Dunbar has they just put Tawaski back deep, and when Tawaski goes back deep, what they're doing is a great job. DePaula is doing a great job with his kickoffs, angling them one way or the other, and so Tawaski has a lot of ground to cover just to field it, and then by the time he fields it, the Riverdale coverage team is doing a great job of staying in their lanes.
Yeah.
And Dunbar had a horrible field position in the first half.
There's 14. He's in.
Oh, he is? Okay, good. That's a good sign. Oh, yep, I see him. So back deep, yes, they do. They are. They're putting Bobby Dennis back deep as well as Tawaski Abrams. So they did make the adjustment, and that's what you do at halftime. It's and Falk and I always talked about this. What can you do as a coaching staff to make adjustments to take away the things that Riverdale was doing well in the first half? And I like this adjustment already,
Sure.
just putting two people back deep.
Uh-huh.
So DePaula is going to be on to kick it away. Dunbar will be going left to right on your radio dial or your iPad or however your computer screen, whatever you're watching it. Maybe you're streaming on your TV.
True. True. Facebook. Or YouTube.
The YouTube. We're just waiting for the chain gang. So DePaula approach is going to be a high kick. It's going to be fielded by Bobby Dennis at his own 2-yard line. He's going to go straight up the field. He's going to make a man miss. He's at the 20, the 25, and be tackled at the 27-yard line. So by just making that adjustment, Bobby was there to make to receive the kick without having to bounce or run too far. So
have to come over to get it.
Yep, great adjustment, great return there by Bobby Dennis, and Dunbar will take over 1st and 10. Looks like at their own 27 or 28-yard line. Wish we had hash marks. We get a lot of these stadiums and they have their hash marks, and it's a lot easier to say what down marker they're on. So we got a shotgun formation. Palmer still in at quarterback. 4 receivers right, 1 left. Snap straight back to Pascos Palmer. He's looking right, has a man open, and it is you need to put a little air on that. It was knocked down by number 7 by Riverdale, Anthony Baxter. But if he puts a little air under that, it's 7 for Benjamin. So it doesn't. I thought they would. I honestly thought we'd see Winterbottom in the second half. Davion wasn't too sharp in that first half outside of Tawaski. So brings up 2nd and 10. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap going to be handoff to McCutcheon right up the middle. He's going to make a man miss. He has that 9 and close to the first down. They're going to give a gain of 11. So McCutcheon right up the middle, another big gain. This is what we talked about.
Right.
Just run the football, make them stop. I mean, he has to be averaging close to 11 yards a carry. So staying in the shotgun, we're going 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. McCutcheon to the right of Palmer. Snap to Palmer, straight back to pass. He's looking to the left. It's almost intercepted. I mean, he didn't even.
I hear you.
And they're arguing but just run the ball. Just run the ball. You get 11 yards on 2nd and 10, and then you come out and on 1st and 10 and throw it.
I mean, throw it. I mean, it was almost.
It would have been a pick 6.
Yeah, it looked like a knee-jerk reaction. Just automatically throw it, and it wasn't even open.
So 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun snap. It's going to be fumbled, and it is going to be recovered by Dunbar, but it's going to be a loss of 7. And it wasn't not that bad of a snap. It just tried to rush the handoff. So got to slow down here. If you remember, though, the first drive of the game we had the same thing happen. We had another 3rd, and this is about 3rd and 16. We had 3rd and 17, and Davion made a nice throw and kept the drive alive. Sure. Bobby made a nice play, but got 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Palmer, straight back to pass. He's looking to his right. He has a man, and he's going to throw it, and it's underthrown again. And that's going to bring up 4th down. I think they're going to have to make a change of quarterback.
I agree. I mean, that first run by Abrams, little air under the ball, which Longbottom can do.
So, and Davion's clearly frustrated with himself. Somebody's got to get out. If he's going to stay in, somebody's got to get out in his ear and get his confidence back. Right now, he doesn't have much confidence. He did great the first drive and then the last drive, so he just needs to get that swagger back. So Irons on to punt it away. High snap. It's going to be kicked. It's a line drive kick. It's going to hit at the 50, take a Dunbar bounce inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line, where Riverdale will take it over 1st and 10. So not much going on offensively.
No. Come on, defense. Let's do it.
They need to get some kind of moment, whether it's a turnover or just a 3 and out.
Well, they definitely need to stop here.
So Riverdale takes over 1st and 10 at their own 35, 20-14 Dunbar with 10:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dorsey back in at quarterback in the shotgun with Jackson to his left. We got 2 receivers right, 1 to the left.
Same setup with him coming back in motion.
Snap. It's going to be handed off to Jackson. He's going to be off the right side. He has 4. Oh, block in the back. No call. Okay, there is a flag. I was going to say, that was a clear block in the back. Sean Russ had him dead to rights, and Mcknight just hit him right in the middle of the back. So it should be a block in the back and negate a 7-yard run for Jackson. But good run there off the right side. I mean, that was as obvious gets. So it's going to bring up 1st and can't see where they spotted the ball. About 17 or 18. We're going to call it 17. So Dorsey in the shotgun. We've got 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jackson to his right in the shotgun. Snap is going to be handed off to Jackson. He's going to be off the left side. This time he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled by a group of Dunbar Tigers. So they gave him back to the line of scrimmage? There's no way he got back to the line of scrimmage. The entire Dunbar defensive line was in the backfield that time, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 17.
They were in the backfield tackling him, so how did they give it to him on the
line of scrimmage? So it's going to bring up a big 2nd down. And the thing that Coach Brown is talking about is they are already in the 3-point stance, and then they're moving. So you can't be in the 3-point stance and then move. You can be in this stance and then go to the 3-point stance. But shotgun formation, we got 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap is going to be handed off again to Jackson. He's off the right side. He's going to be, he has 5 and tackled for a gain of about 10. Yep, missed tackle there on the left or the right side. Good run there by Jackson to get it 3rd and manageable. Couldn't see who missed the tackle over there, but good shifty running there by Jackson to make it 3rd and 8 at their own 37-yard line. Need to get all the way out to their 41. So shotgun formation. The 46. Shotgun formation. We got 2 receivers to the left. Got a tight end to the right. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. We got Jackson to the right, and it's going to be a timeout Riverdale. So we'll be back here. A quick commercial break. 93.3 WWDH, TigerFM.com.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 20-14 with 9:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Riverdale has a big 3rd and 8. Dunbar hopefully can get off the field here on a 3 and out. So we got 3 receivers to the left for Riverdale. We got Jackson to the right of Dorsey. Snap straight back to pass, because Dorsey's looking to his left. He's throwing, has a man open, and it's intercepted by Sean Ross. He's at the 45, the 40. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Yahtzee! Touchdown! But another flag on the play. They're going to call a blindside block. Of course they're going to call that.
It was behind the run, too.
I mean, it's going to call a block. There is a flag on the other side of the field, too. So, a block in the back. Oh, they call block in the back. His head was definitely in front. So how did that guy all the way on the other side of the field call that?
I don't know.
So that's going to negate a pick 6 for Dunbar, but they will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Man. I mean, that was close. It looked like it was from behind, but he definitely had his helmet in front.
Another penalty.
So Palmer's, I mean, I don't know about this. I mean, he's just not looked confident tonight. I'm surprised they haven't gone to Winterbottom. So hopefully he can get that mojo back that he had in the first drive. So we got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. We have McCutcheon to the right of Palmer. Man in motion is Benjamin. Snap. It's going to be handed off to McCutcheon off the left side. He has 5 and about 10, 13 yards. So once again, off the left side, up the middle, it doesn't matter. McCutcheon gets 10-plus yards. Just ride this boy.
He's quick.
He is doing it. McCutcheon is impressive. He really is. I mean, he's not the biggest guy.
No.
But he has a lot of heart, and he is, like you said, he's quick.
Speed.
So great job there by McCutcheon. They got 2 receivers to the right, to the left. McCutcheon to the left of Palmer. Snap is going to be handed off to McCutcheon off the right side this time. Good seal block there by Benjamin, and he's going to have about 5. So great job there by Anthony Benjamin. Doesn't just catch passes, but does a nice seal block there on the corner to give an opportunity for 5 yards by McCutcheon. So that brings up a second and about 5 for Dunbar at the Riverdale 33-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dunbar leads 20-14. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Barry White back in is good to see. Hand off to Barry White. No, Palmer keeps it, and he's going to be tackled and maybe get 1. So wrong read that time. Barry White would have had the first down. So no, they didn't give him a gain on the play. No gain on the play apparently. So it's going to keep it 3rd and 5 with Palmer in the shotgun. Barry White to his left. 3 receivers left. 1 to the right. Snap to Palmer. He's going to straight back to pass. He throws a slant route. It's going to be dropped. Dropped by Shapal Moore. But once again, run the football. I mean, it was open. That was a good pass. It was just dropped. But the Dunbar, they're going to keep the offense on the field here, 4th and about 5. Because it's in that no man's land.
They're going to run it?
I mean, it gives you options at this. So 3 receivers left, 1 offsides. Come on, call it. That's it. So free 5 yards. Now you run it. So free 5 yards there for Dunbar. 42 for Riverdale. Kalen Topliff going offsides, giving Dunbar a big 5 yards. I thought it was 3rd and 5, but it's 3rd and 6. So it's going to be our 4th and 5. It was 4th and 6. So it's 4th and inches. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. False start. False start.
Come on. Come on.
Just can't. I mean, these pre-snap penalties. 12 penalties now on the night for Dunbar. Or actually 13. I forgot the block in the back. 13 penalties on the night for Dunbar. So you figure you take the 6 off the board for the pick 6.
Yeah.
Have a drive going, and then, just can't get out of your own way. But they're still going to go for it. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. This time McCutcheon is to the right of Davion. Snap to Palmer. He's going to be straight back to pass. He's going to look to his left. He's going to roll to his left. Has a man wide open. Tawaski going to be completed for the first down. He's going to cut it inside. He's going to be inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line with forward progress. So nobody was covering Tawaski on the right. Good job by Davian that time. See, that's the what I was talking about. He has to have that confidence. Rolled to his left, kept his eyes down the field, and made a nice throw.
He was in motion, too. He was rolling. So he was throwing the ball on the run.
So that brings up a 1st and 10 from the Riverdale 14-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap is going to be handed off to McCutcheon off the left side. He's going to make a man miss. He's inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. We'll call it the 10. So gain of about 4 on the play. I love how shifty he is in the hole.
He darts.
Down to the 9-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and about 5 or 6. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. McCutcheon to the left to Palmer. Snap, it's going to be handed off to McCutcheon. He's inside the 9, almost to the 5-yard line.
Blow the whistle.
And he's still churning into the end zone, but they blew the whistle dead. He's going to be at the 5, so it's going to be close to the first down. Whoa. So we got a penalty flag on the play.
Of course.
It's going to be 5-yard face mask for Riverdale. So that's going to make it 1st and goal from about the 2.5 for Dunbar. Just pounded in the end zone.
That's right.
So penalty on Riverdale makes it 1st and goal from the 2.5-yard line for Dunbar. 6:12 to go in the third quarter. 20-14, Dunbar leading. So 4 wide receivers. Snap is going to be handed off to McCutcheon, and he's up the middle and hit behind the line of scrimmage, and is going to lose about it 1. So this is where, maybe go back to that jumbo formation, get Barry White back in there. Now, Barry White did go jump the gun there. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go big. Looks like little Chris, Eric Thomas, is in the game. Freshman, I call him little, but he's like 6'3", 290 as a freshman. Obviously, Chris Thomas in the 2 deep at Florida.
That's great.
So under center is Palmer. It's going to be handed off to Barry White. He's going to bounce to his left and into the end zone. Yahtzee touchdown. Barry White is going to make the score 26-14.
No taunting. No taunting.
Nope,
Just get back in the line and let's kick the extra point.
Exactly what he did. He just celebrated with his lineman, acted like he was been there before, which he has.
Right,
This is his second touchdown on the night. Barry White in the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown, and makes the score 26-14. So 5:24 to go in the third quarter. 26-14 Dunbar, pending the extra point by Manny Copeland. They've been getting penetration on the last couple, so let's see if the Dunbar line can hold up. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is no good again. It's good. It must have hit the crossbar and bounced in.
I know, but why did it take them so long?
I think they just had to confer to make sure it went over the crossbar because it hit the upright and bounced over the crossbar apparently. So that makes the score 27-14. Dunbar leads Riverdale with 5:29 to go in the third quarter. So great drive there. Got to give Davion Palmer a lot of credit on that drive. That big third down completion to Tawaski Abrams. So Copeland on to kick the ball away. Back deep for Riverdale is Romeo Mcknight and number 17, who is Dominic Seward. Seward. So Copeland on to kick it. Approaches the ball, kicks it high. It's right down the middle. It's going to be fielded by McKnight at his own 10. He's going right up the field. He's going to reverse his field to the left a little bit and be tackled at about the 30-yard line. So a 20-yard return for Romeo Mcknight. And Riverdale will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30. Water break. We'll be back here at commercial break. Dunbar leads 27-14, 5:24 to go in the third quarter. 93.3 WWDH and TigerFM.com.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Malacino's Restaurant in Fort Myers, Buffalo Wings and Rings in Fort Myers, Bobby Dennis Handyman, serving the Fort Myers community, St. John First Missionary Baptist Church in Fort Myers, Veronica Shoemaker Florists in Fort Myers, Marathon Gas, Edison Oil, Bulk on Edison Avenue in Fort Myers, Cap City Auto and Cabs on Fowler Street in Fort Myers, the Community Press newspaper, serving your Dunbar, Fort Myers community and Lee County, TLP Financial Services, Southern Machine Steel, SMS on Flint and Edison Avenue here in Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 27-14. 1st and 10 for Riverdale at their own 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, got 2 receivers left on the right. Snap, handoff to Jackson. He's up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and tackled for no gain. So this is like Dimitri, Cash Davis in on the stop. So great job there by the interior defensive line.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Winter listening at home, thanks for listening. Appreciate the loyal listeners, the Winters. Also do a great job here, helping our students and student athletes. Coach Winter coaches a lot here and does a lot after school. So thanks for listening.
He also helps teachers, especially with Focus and Google Classroom. It was a lifesaver for me this quarter.
Awesome. So another wardrobe malfunction. This time it's Reginald Davis has to come out. So looks like Irons is in. Shotgun formation. Going to Wildcat. It's going to be snapped to number 7. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled for maybe a gain of 1. So great job there by the interior defensive front there for Dunbar. It's going to make it a big 3rd and 9. Riverdale's overthinking it too. They went from that short passing game to the Wildcat, which they had a fumble out of already, and they keep changing who they're snapping it to.
True.
So that time it was number 7, Anthony Baxter,
And
on the carry.
They had some success going off tackle too.
Yeah,
so I don't
true.
know.
right side. So we got a big 3rd and 9 here for Riverdale. Timeout Dunbar. So looks like they weren't set with the defensive. And that's the thing. I mean, Coach Brown knows how important this 3rd down is.
Sure is.
Both Riverdale now and Dunbar have used a timeout in the second half. So it's better to make sure you're lined up correctly. Everybody knows their assignments. Because if you can force another 3 and out with that momentum, hopefully, that the offense is building, maybe they can pull away here a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. A little freedom, little room to relax.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. They brought Dorsey back in at the quarterback position, so they're going to go back to the spread. What was really working were those 5-yard hitches, and then they were just making men miss.
Yeah.
And getting the first down. So we got 5 wide receivers. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Dorsey in the shotgun. Snap straight back to Pascas Dorsey. He's going to be hit and sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Was that Dimitri? Nope. It was number 13, J.B. Stevens, on the sack. So he was just, like a shot out of a cannon went around that left tackle.
He was he was like a cannon. You're right.
So that's gonna be 4th down and 15 for Riverdale at their own 25-yard line. So huge play there by J.B. Stevens.
2 back for Dunbar.
So we got Bobby Dennis and Sean Russ back deep for the punt. Good snap. The kick is angled to the right, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds. Oh, no, it's going to be touch dead by Riverdale at their own 40. So, a great kick. I mean, they're doing a really good job of angling, both their punts and their kickoffs, not giving the Dunbar athletes an opportunity to return it. So, 27-14, 3:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dunbar leads. Palmer coming back out at quarterback. So, I'm still wondering why we haven't seen Winterbottom yet.
Yeah.
Who's clearly frustrated on the sideline. I mean, he had such a good game against Vero last week, outside of a couple, Davion hasn't really looked sharp. Last drive, he got back into his rhythm, so let's hope he does the same thing. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap is going to be handed off to McCutcheon right up the middle. He has 5-10, and he's going to be tackled for a gain of 16. Right up the gut again. What? The spots just cracked me up.
Yeah.
So a gain of 16 for McCutcheon right up the gut. So Winterbottom in the game this time. Like, why not just let him start the series?
Yeah.
So we're going to go 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Winterbottom now in the game. Snap, he's going to go straight back to pass. He's going to look to his left. He's going to roll to his right, has a man, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete. So that was the first time we've seen pressure. Was up the middle that time. But once again, even it doesn't matter who's in at quarterback, I still want to see them run the ball.
Yeah, I agree. They've had the most success with it. Passing and catching long passes is exciting, but if you got something that's working, let it run.
So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Slap, handoff to McCutcheon right up the middle. He's going to make a man miss. Bounces to the left. He's going to be hit and tackled for a gain of about 3 on the play. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 7. But see, if you do that, on first down, get the 3 yards, it really opens up your playbook for second down.
Exactly.
So Winterbottom's still in at quarterback. We're going to go 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. McCutcheon to the right of Winterbottom. Snap straight back to Pasco's Winterbottom. He's looking to his right. He's rolling to his right. He's looking, and he has a man. It's completed to Anthony Benjamin, who makes a man miss, and is inside the 25 to the 20. That is just a bullet. That's what I wanted to see. I just wanted to see if he can make the throws. I was watching the video, and he has a big arm, but that time he's not the most athletic as you see, but he's rolling right, makes a cannon throw down to Anthony Benjamin, who makes another big 3rd down catch.
Right on the numbers, too.
So, but Palmer did that on the last drive.
Yeah.
So it's good that these two are pushing each other. It's just going to make them better because Palmer has the skills.
True.
There's no doubt. So 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap straight back to Pascal's runner Bonner. He looks to the left, has a man open. Completed inside the 10, the 5. Yahtzee touchdown. It looks like it is that Tawaski?
Number 4.
Yeah, Tawaski Abrams into the end zone. So I believe, what was that, a 25-yard touchdown?
Uh-huh. I'm sorry.
Winterbottom to Tawaski Abrams, his second TD on the night. So that makes the score 33-14 with Manny Copeland. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they're leaving that far left person wide open, and Tawaski's just made a living out of it over there. So Copeland on to it's going to be a fake, a 2-point conversion. Has a man in the end zone. Caught. Bobby Dennis in the end zone. 2-point conversion. Makes the score 35-14. And a little touch pass there by Winterbottom. So I don't do Yahtzees on 2-point conversions. Sorry.
No.
But Bobby Dennis with the completion. That's going to be a score 35-14. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. Dunbar has, everything going their way right now. Defense has stepped up, did 2 3-and-outs. Offense has stepped up, did 2 sustained drives, and found the end zone both times. So Manny Copeland on to kick the ball away. Back deep is Romeo Mcknight, and the unnamed football player, we'll call him because he is not on the roster. The kick is high, line drives right down the middle. It's going to be into the end zone, and touchbacks. One of the first touchbacks I think we've seen since the foot was here. Javier McDonald, who is kicking at Bethune-Cookman. Doing a great job out there.
Good.
We got 3 players at Bethune. We got Javier McDonald's out. 4. Really? Javier McDonald's out there. We have Justin Michelle transferred there from FIU. We have Judas McKenzie, who is an all-world defensive tackle here, and Luke Ford.
Oh, really?
Luke Ford, who is one of our better centers we've had here in a long time. So we got 4 Bethune-Cookman.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
It's awesome.
And they're playing a decent schedule.
Yeah. Yep. It was nice to see FAMU was played the classic down in the orange. I think they called it the. I forget what it was called. It was a classic they had last weekend, and they played Jackson State, which is a alumni we have here. A few alumni from Jackson State.
Right.
And sorry, I was talking. Run up the middle on the play, about 5 yards. But it was really cool to watch because, obviously Jackson State, you got Deion Sanders, which is a, Southwest Florida, Lee County person, head coach against FAMU. And it was a really defensive battle.
Great.
Deion's son is a really good quarterback.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, back to the game. We got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dorsey in the shotgun with Jackson to his right. Snap straight back to pass because Dorsey's looking to the left. It's going to be underthrown, and incomplete. Good job there by number 11, little Chris Singleton. Great coverage there by Chris. Makes it 3rd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. I really like how he closed on that ball.
Sure did.
He
jumped in front of the receiver.
Yep. He gave a little cushion, but he had his eyes in the backfield and made a nice jump on the ball. Now he's doing press coverage here. Got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Jackson to the left of Dorsey, who is in the shotgun. Now he shifts to the right of Dorsey. Snap to Dorsey, straight back to pass. He's looking to his right. He's throwing deep to nobody. Almost completed to the man in the highlighter shirt.
True.
I mean, that is a bright shirt. I mean, it's dark here right now, and I think I need sunglasses.
Yeah.
So it brings up a 4th and 5 for Riverdale, who are going to bring on the punting unit. Back deep is Bobby Dennis, and this time Avian Rice, as Sean Russ is just going to get a little break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, because we're running the guy on late. So good snap. The kick is away. It's high, short kick this time. Going to be take a Riverdale bounce and fielded at the 45-yard line of Dunbar. So nice high kick. It doesn't allow Dunbar's special teams guys to make a return.
I like the way Riverdale's kicker is going out for acting lessons.
Oh, did he flop?
Oh, he's been flopping every single time.
I'll have to keep an eye next time. So it sets up Dunbar 1st and 10. We got 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. See who's coming out at quarterback. Are we going Wildcat? Because both Palmer and Winterbottom are over here to the left.
Right.
So I can't see. It looks like it might be Anthony Benjamin at the shotgun. Might be a double pass here. Snap. It's almost intercepted. They read that the whole way. It was going to be a double pass. It was Bobby Dennis. And then Riverdale read it and almost intercepted it. So it's going to be a loss of 10 on the play. I mean, you're up 35-14. Why are we getting smart?
Tricky.
And Palmer back in at quarterback. So we keep doing this musical chairs. I don't know why, if you're going to do one guy a half, another guy a half, just let it roll, man.
And Longbottom had some success.
He did, but, it's not fair. It's also not fair to Davion because he can't get into a rhythm. If you're going to keep him in the game, just keep him in the game.
True. 3
receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap straight back to pass goes Palmer. He's rolling to his right. He's going to tuck it under, and he's going to throw it, have a man. Avian Rice completed. He has the backwards pass yardage back and more, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So good job there by Davion to roll to his right. That's going to be the end of the third quarter where Dunbar leads 35-14. We'll be back here after a commercial break.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on tigerfm.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 35-14 at the end of the third quarter. What we're talking about in the break there, Joe, is, one thing that, when Winterbottom came in, had some success throwing the football, Davion came out with a fire under him. I mean, that was a really good job rolling to his right.
Sure.
And this is what I want to see from Davion, because he just needs to be consistent. He has all the tools in the world. He just needs to step in his throw, just like he did those last 2 throws he's done. So shotgun formation, got 3 receivers left, 1 right. Handoff to McCutcheon, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 3. He's going to bring up 4th down. Smart move here. Dunbar's going to bring the kicking unit out and try to pin Riverdale deep. You don't want to give them good field position.
You don't want to give them any success.
Yeah. So Irons has done a really good job tonight. Let's see if he can continue that success. So this is the first time we've seen penetration there by Riverdale's defense. Got in there and hit McCutcheon in the backfield. So we got Irons deep. It's a snap to his left. It's going to be a high kick, end over end. Going to land and take a Dunbar bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and then down at the 14-yard line. So another really great kick by Irons. I mean, he's doing a fantastic job tonight.
Yeah.
Because that was not a good snap. He is not a professed kicker. He's a linebacker. But he's gotten a lot of height. That's just a great kick to pin Riverdale deep.
It's got a strong leg.
So Riverdale will take over 1st and 10 at their own 14. 11:04 to go in the ball game. Dunbar leads 35-14. I tell you what, though, I am impressed with this Riverdale team. There's no quit in them. The defense has played pretty well tonight. They just don't have the athletes to match up with Dunbar.
I think they're well coached.
Yeah.
I like the way they're playing the call plays. They're looking for people to come in. Now they call a timeout.
Yeah, timeout. Because once again, I just don't get it. I will go to commercial break. We'll be back. We gotta pay the bills. So we'll be back here after a quick commercial break. 93.3 WWDH, TigerFM.com. Dunbar leads 35-14.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Malacino's Restaurant in Fort Myers, Buffalo Wings and Rings in Fort Myers, Bobby Dennis Handyman, serving the Fort Myers community, St. John First Missionary Baptist Church in Fort Myers, Veronica Shoemaker Florists in Fort Myers, Marathon Gas, Edison Oil, Bulk on Edison Avenue in Fort Myers, Cap City Auto and Cabs on Fowler Street in Fort Myers, the Community Press newspaper, serving your Dunbar, Fort Myers community and Lee County, TLP Financial Services, Southern Machine Steel, SMS on Flint and Edison Avenue here in Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3.
Oh, snap over the head of Romeo Mcknight, and it is going to be recovered by Dunbar in the end zone touchdown. Was trying to pay the bills there. Once again, Riverdale just overthinking things. Go to that Wildcat formation. It was snapped well over Romeo Mcknight's head into the end zone. Recovered by Dunbar. I could not see who that was that recovered it into the end zone. And a delayed Yahtzee touchdown Dunbar to make it 42-14. And, you asked the question, Joe, what is the running clock? And I said we need 2 more touchdowns. I don't think we're going to get there. But after a big defensive touchdown there, second defensive touchdown by Dunbar tonight, makes the score 41-14 pending the extra point. So Manny Copeland on to attempt another extra point. He's done a really good job. What is he, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Good snap. The kick is up, and it is a line drive kick. No good this time. That was the best looking one of the bunch, but to the left and no good. So the score is 41-14. So that is big because now Dunbar needs to score a touchdown and have a 2-point conversion to get said running clock.
Right. We need some lights down in that end zone.
Oh, I've always said this. I mean, we don't have enough lights on the field. Like, even in this end zone, if you go to that corner and this corner, the corners of the end zones are really dark. They just need maybe 1 more or 4 more banks of, lights. Or get the LED lights.
Well, at Cypress they had them, and they were really pretty sharp.
Yeah. So that's going to have Dunbar kicking off. It's going to be Manny Copeland again. 41-14 Dunbar with 10:57 to go in the ball game. Barry White coming on late. It's good to see him back on the field, though, because after that no-call targeting, I was worried that he might not come back.
Yeah.
So Manny Copeland on to kick it away. The kick is a line drive kick. It's going to be fielded at the 18 by the unnamed football player. He's going to reverse his field to the left and then back to his right and be tackled short of the 30 at the 29. So the unknown football player, number 25. So hopefully if you have an actual roster from Riverdale, you know who he is. But decent return of about 10 yards on that. Sets up Riverdale 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line, 28-yard line. So obviously they're not going to go back to that formation. Nope, Dorsey's back on the field. And we're going to go spread here. So we're going to go 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Looks like Jackson to the right of Dorsey. Snap to Dorsey, handoff straight up the middle goes Jackson. He has a hole, hurdles a guy, and gets about 9. You know, what's interesting about that in Pennsylvania, hurdling somebody like that is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
You are kidding me.
Nope, that's serious because
Nice.
Saquon Barkley got called for it like 4 times in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So it sets up 2nd and 1 for Riverdale at their own 36-yard line. Snap, handoff to Jackson off the left side this time. He's going to have the first down and be tackled at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Riverdale.
3.
So 1st and 10 for Riverdale at their own 40-yard line. Shotgun formation for Dorsey. He's got 3 receivers left, or to the right, 1 to the left.
They got a
Jackson
man
to the left.
Here.
No safety help. Snap, handoff to Jackson up the middle again. This time he's going to be tackled for a gain of about 2. You know, it's funny. You know, there was definitely a false start down here and no call. That's going to bring up a 2nd and we'll call it 8 for Riverdale from their own 42-yard line. They have to get to midfield for first down. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Jackson to the right of Dorsey. Snap to Dorsey, straight back to pass. He's looking to the left, has a throwing deep, and it is going to be incomplete. Great coverage out there by, I believe it is that Sean Russ over there? Is that number 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so great coverage there by Sean Russ. Stride for stride with number 7 for Riverdale, who's Anthony Baxter.
And it wasn't a bad pass either.
No, it wasn't bad. Just better defense by Sean Russ, and you know that's why he's one of the most highly sought out recruits in Southwest Florida. It brings up a big 3rd and 8 for Riverdale at their own 42-yard line. A shotgun formation for Dorsey. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, straight back to pass goes Dorsey. He's going to look over the middle. Has a man open. And it's intercepted by Sean Ross. He's at the 50. He's going to be hit and tackled about the 50. Now, that's targeting. No call. Like, once again, they just hit Sean Russ right in the helmet. No call. But Sean Russ, Johnny on the spot. And is that his 2nd pick on the day?
Yeah, but the other one's called back.
Oh, yeah, the return. So 2 picks on the day, but great interception there. He had a man, number 11, the tight end, going down the seam. But Sean Russ coming off his man, making the interception, and Dunbar takes over 1st and 10 inside the Riverdale territory at their 44-yard line. So Winterbottom in at quarterback this time. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap straight back to pass goes Winterbottom. He's looking to his left. He's throwing deep. Has a man. Avian Rice. It's completed. Yahtzee touchdown. Avian Rice. A 44-yard pitch and catch. Winterbottom to Avian Rice. I mean, Avian is a beast. He's 6'1", 208 pounds. Because I talked to Coach Patke at Miami, and when he went down there for his unofficial visit, you know, they did the height and weight. So he's 208 pounds when he was down there, and he just ran by that corner. And what a throw there by Winterbottom!
44 yards.
44 yards. So Winterbottom 3 for 3 for 2 touchdowns. You know, Palmer has 2 touchdowns as well. So throwing the ball well, and they're gonna interesting. They're gonna go for the extra point. So the kick is up, and it is
Looks good.
good. But we are 1 point shy of running clock. So if we'd gone for 2, we could have got the running clock. So 8:56 to go in the ball game. Dunbar opening it up again in the second half. What was that, 28 unanswered points for Dunbar in the second half. They now lead the ball game 48-14. It's just good to, you know, have – we haven't had 2 quarterbacks that could throw the ball like this ever. You know, and you know, Davion doing a great job. Winterbottom doing a great job. And the beauty is it's just going to make them better, you know, push each other. So Manny Copeland, after another successful extra point, is on to kick it off. It's going to be a high kick. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line by the unnamed football player. He returns to his right, and good return of about 20 yards out to the 36-yard line. So 21 yards on the return by the unnamed football player.
Or the unnamed player to be named later.
It's like the unnamed soldier, so I just call him the unnamed football player.
Yeah.
So a lot of substitutes now in for defense. Who's 83 out here, not on the roster. So I apologize at home. We have a lot of people that are not on our roster by both teams. So 19. Jarian Whitfield is in at safety now. So shotgun formation. Snap to door. New quarterback in. Handoff is going to be hit the backfield. Breaks the tackle is Jackson. He's going to be off the right side and make something out of nothing. Gets about 3 or 4. So new quarterback in.
Players hurt on for Riverdale.
Okay. So Tyler Abrams is a new quarterback in. So man down. We'll be back here. Commercial break. 93.3 WWDH TigerFM.com. And it is 48-14 Dunbar, 8:40 to go in the ball game.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 48-14, 8:40 to go. Good sign there. Jackson was able to get up, and he is going out on his own power. A little woozy. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Maybe just a cramp. Hoping it's just a cramp. He's done a really good job tonight, Jackson at the tailback position.
Sure.
So good to see him being able to come out with his own power. So, like I said, new quarterback in for Riverdale, number 16, Tyler Abrams. So Tyler Abrams in the shotgun. We have 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Dunbar almost goes offside, but they didn't.
But did you see him?
Wait. False start. See, this time they called it. They called false start. So, Coach Brown talking to them about it, we got a call. So, after the good run there by Jackson on first down, it's negated by a false start penalty. It's going to make it 2nd and 11 for Riverdale.
That was really obvious. They had to call that one.
So, Abrams at quarterback. We got 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap is going to be straight back to pass because Abrams. He looks deep, has a man, and it is Romeo Mcknight. And great job by 83, who, once again, not on the roster, but covering Mcknight, who's probably one of the fastest Riverdale receivers, stride for stride, and knocks it away. So great job. You know who it looks like? It looks like Dressel.
Does it?
Yeah, it looks like little Dressel out there. I think that's who it is, so I'm going to give him credit. So great job there, and sets up Riverdale 3rd and 11 at their own 35-yard line.
25's wide right.
The unnamed football player?
Or the name to be named.
Offside this time. No, they didn't. They got back. So shotgun handoff straight up the middle this time is number 22 for Riverdale. He's going to be stopped well short of the first down. A.J. Smith on the carry. Gain of about 3 on the play. He's going to bring up 4th down for Riverdale. So, that was a really good pass, though, by Abrams. It was just better defense once again by the defensive secondary for Dunbar.
Yeah.
So
Chris Singleton's back.
So Little Chris back,
Yep.
And who else? Who's on the other side?
It's like
21,
yeah.
who is Kelby Tyree. So back to kick it away is DePaula, who's done a really good job with all his kicking. So good snap. The kick is a line drive kick, end over end. It's going to be fielded by Tyree. It fumbled and picked up again. He's at the 25, reverses his field. He's at the 30. It's going to come back anyway. So Kelby's fumbles it, and this time picked up again by 83. Johnny on the spot, but it's going to be either a blindside block or block in the back, so it's going to come back. So that was an entertaining return, but flag on the play again. Hey, that was the first time in a while. I don't know where I put my pen. So it makes 15 penalties for Dunbar. That's the thing. If they're going to beat the better teams, though, in Lee County, they're going to have to do a better job with the penalties. So that one's sort of hard, though, if you're a special teams player when a person reverses their field 3 times.
Sure.
So it's natural to just grab a hold. So it's going to be 10 yards and set up Dunbar 1st and 10 from their own 15.
From the site.
So Winterbottom back in at quarterback. We have David Perkins in at tailback, who does a really good job. I love that kid. Good kid. So we got shotgun formation. We got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Winterbottom in the quarterback. Snap's going to be handed off to David Perkins, who's hitting the backfield, but churns for maybe 1. Is that a penalty flag?
Yeah, it looks like a penalty on Riverdale.
Personal foul, face mask. So
Riverdale.
a first down there for Dunbar. So, but tough run there. And that's the one thing David Perkins does. He runs really hard. He did a great job in the spring game. It was good to see. Played baseball as a freshman here for us, for
really?
Coach Hopple and I. And he's just one of those kids that does anything you ask him. Just a great attitude, hard worker, that kind of thing. So 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Winterbottom shotgun straight back to pass goes Winterbottom. He's looking to his left, throws it deep into triple coverage, and it's going to be intercepted this time. And breaks the tackle. He's still in his field. He's at the 40, the 30, and then tackled from behind by Bobby Dennis. So that's the thing. Like, you have arm talent, and you can't throw it late like that.
No, he's got to eat it or throw it away.
So the Falk fun fact of the night: Dunbar is 19-14 against East Zone schools, but just 6-10 versus Riverdale all time. That's shocking to me. Means they are 13-4 against East and that
Lehigh.
smoke and mirrors of Lehigh. Interesting fact there. I would have never guessed that.
Leave it to Carl.
Oh, it was the one was a 40-yard throw apparently. So it's going to set up Riverdale 1st and 10 at the Dunbar 26-yard line. So water break. That's what it was. I'm like, what's taking this so long? That's the one thing it took forever to get used to down here because you don't get those up north. But it's also like not 100 degrees. Like it was 102 in the car on the way back, just the heat index.
Yeah, I saw it. Every time I get in the car, it's 101, 100.
So Abrams in, straight back to pass goes Abrams. He's looking to the right. He's going to be about 4 yards. So good job there scrambling by Abrams, who's looks pretty athletic. So about 4 yards. We'll give him 3 down to the 21-yard line. I thought they were going to have another sack, and he just was elusive. So Abrams in at quarterback still. Shotgun formation, yawning, a little tired. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. To the right of Abrams is that 20? The running back, Cole Hayes. Snap to Abrams, and we got a flag on the play, offsides again. But, once again, they're in the 3-point stance, and they're jumping.
You're right.
So it's so funny because Coach Brown's not even bothering with it anymore. But if I'm another team, I'm watching this and seeing like, hey, I can continue to get free 5 yards against Dunbar if we just keep doing this.
True.
Fort Myers of the world, if they do their wing tee, that kind of stuff. So 2 receivers left to the right. Abrams in the shotgun. Shifting left is number 20, Cole Hayes. Snap to Abrams, straight back to pass. He's going to look to his right, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete. So it brings up 3rd and about 2 for Riverdale at the Dunbar 16-yard line. We have 5:34 to go in the ball game. Dunbar leads 48-14. So, if you've been listening at home, a really great second half here by Dunbar's defense, especially.
Yeah.
Held Riverdale to 0 points so far in the second half, and let's see if they can bow up here and keep them out of the end zone here late. So, shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap back to pass goes Abrams. He's looking to the left and hit and sacked behind the line of scrimmage. It is number 12, Marquise Jones. And did you see who the other one was?
Yeah.
Giordano again? So Giordano with the second sack. So that takes it from 3rd and 2 to a 4th and we'll call it 11. They got to get all the way down inside the Dunbar 15 to the 14 for a first down. So we got shotgun formation for Abrams. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap, straight back to pass goes Abrams. He's looking at it. He's going to hit and be sacked again. Once again, J.B. Stevens with another sack. So turnover on downs. And now there's a water break. So we'll go to a commercial break here. We got 4:52 to go in the ball game. 48-14 Dunbar. You're listening to 93.3 WWDH, TigerFM.com.
You're listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School Athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com.
Welcome back here to Joe North Law Firm Stadium, where Dunbar leads 48-14 with 4:52 to go in the ball game. Once again, Dunbar's defense bows up and makes a big defensive stand, 2 sacks in a row. New quarterback in. I'm trying to see who that is. Shotgun formation. We got 2 backs this time. Snap, it's going to be handed off to Perkins off the right side. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled for a loss of about 3.
See, the whistle has to be blown.
It was. They just let him continue to tackle him. But he loss of 3 on the play. So this is an interesting formation. We're going heavy up front. It looks like Bobby Dennis is in at the quarterback position. And then we're going 2 backs with David Perkins and Barry White. So I haven't seen this much. We did this in the past a little bit when we had Lawan Preston and Moses Cooper. So we got Bobby Dennison at quarterback. Snap, it's going to be fake hand. Nobody's there. Bobby Dennis makes a man miss. He's off the right side. He's going to have about 6 yards. So great job there. He was like, hey, nobody wants the ball. I'll take it.
I got to go.
He's so quick, too. He's just around that right side like nothing. We have lost 3 of the last 4 to Riverdale, which is interesting because the last time I called a game at Riverdale, Riverdale did not complete a forward pass in the game.
Wow.
So we got 3rd and we're going to call it 9 for Dunbar. Bobby Dennis still in at quarterback. Snap is going to be rolling to his left as Bobby. He's going to be hit, and no, it's Sean Russ. Sorry. He's still in his field.
Come on.
The reversing field. He's going to make a man miss, make another man miss, and get back to close to the original line of scrimmage. But that's going to be coming back because it's going to be a block in the back or hold or something.
Of course.
That's going to be like a loss of like 22. So that is 16 penalties on Dunbar now. I'd like to see the penalty yardage on this. Oh, the pen's over here. So block in the back. It's going to be, are they going to decline it and make it 4th down? I would imagine. Looks like a Riverdale player's down with cramps, but I mean it would just give Dunbar another opportunity on 3rd down. So they declined it. It's 4th and 9. So Sean Russ did get back to the original line of scrimmage on that. It's pretty impressive. We have 3:45 to go in the ball game. Dunbar leads 48-14.
Oh, we have an injured player.
Yeah, he's cramping over there. So let's see if Irons can get another good kick away. So once again, Dunbar's defense has done a great job the second half. The offense came alive. Davion got his mojo back in the second half, had a great second half. They ran the ball not as much as I would like to see, though. They didn't have as much balance. I think they had as many yards just because McCutcheon had to average like 12 or 13 yards a carry. So high snap is going to be fielded by Lions. A high kick, end over end, is going to be landed at the 40, take a great Dunbar bounce, and that's going to go inside the touchdown about the 25-yard line. So another great kick by Irons. So it's going to set up Riverdale 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. What was that about? Falk can, if he's still watching, can tell me the yards on that. Has to be close to a 50-yard punt. I didn't know what was the original line of scrimmage. Was like a 31, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
So Riverdale coming out. Let's see if, looks like Abrams is coming back out at the quarterback position. Tailback is going to be 22, who is A.J. Smith. We got 2 receivers left and 1 receiver right over here, Romeo Mcknight. We've got a shotgun. Snap is going to be handed off to
later.
And hit behind the line of scrimmage and tackled by a plethora of Dunbar tires. So it's going to be a 2nd, and we're going to call it 12. So no soup that time for A.J. Smith. 3:11 to go in the ball game. Great band, by the way. 3:11. 48-14 Dunbar. Abrams in at the quarterback. We got Smith. Let's see what they say. Looked like maybe a 50-yarder. So yeah, we were close, and with our estimation.
Very good.
So we have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap to Abrams. He's looking out to his right here. He's rolling to his right. He's going to be hit and sacked again behind the line of scrimmage. This time it is number 23. Is that at 23? Veneer Baptista.
23.
Veneer Baptista, just a sophomore. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and a country mile for Riverdale. So the defensive front, now that Riverdale has to pass, pinning their ears back, and 3 sacks in the last 2 drives, sets up Riverdale 3rd, and I'm not even going to count it. So we got 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Abrams in at quarterback. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Snap straight back to pass goes Abrams. He's looking to the left, has a man is high, caught by number 7. He's going to make a man miss. He's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. And
Fumble?
No, he's down. They call him down. So good throw there by Abrams. It was a little high, but great job there by number 7, Anthony Baxter, to go up, bring it in, and get a lot of that sack yardage back. It's going to set up 4th and about 6 for Riverdale. Looks like they're going to go for it with 1:25 to go in the ball game. Abrams looking over to the sideline, getting the play call in. And timeout Riverdale. Come on, man.
Oh, it's 1 minute 13 seconds.
Minute 13 seconds. You're down 34. I think that is their last timeout. Thank God. So fourth and we're going to call it 6 for Riverdale. We're going to keep it here.
Yeah.
That was a blessing in disguise for Dunbar because Dunbar's defense thought they were going to punt, so they were sort of set up for the possible punt.
Yeah. Instead of a fourth down run or pass.
Oh, look at Falk getting player of the game stuff already, man. We're not even to that point, man. There's still minute 13, and Riverdale's calling timeouts.
Is he going to help us?
Yeah, he did some. He did his picks. So we're going to do another shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Abrams in the shotgun position. Snap straight back to pass. He's looking to his right, and it's going to be intercepted and into the end zone for the running clock. Touchdown, Yahtzee, number 19, Jarian Whitfield. Good job, young man. Way to jump that route. Interception, 3rd defensive touchdown for Dunbar tonight. And remember, we had one wiped out by a penalty. So that makes the score 54-14. Dunbar's defense just coming up clutch time and time again the second half. So on to attempt the extra point is Manny Copeland. He's going to sleep well tonight.
Unless he has cramps in his leg.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely hydrated this week because he's been, calling a lot. 15. So this will be the last thing that happens in the game. And then we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back here for the post game. They're faking it on up 54-14. Interesting. So incomplete. That's the ball game. Dunbar is victorious, 54-14. We'll be back here after commercial break, and we will recap.
You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Joe North and the North Law Firm, Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity, GG Groceries on MLK in Fort Myers, followers of Christ Fellowship Ministries, John Tobler Construction Company, Big Will's Barbecue and Catering, Shelving and More, Fort Myers, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, Fort Myers, St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, Young Life, you were made for this, King Sod of North Fort Myers. We thank tonight's sponsors for supporting Dunbar High School athletics right here on Tiger FM 93.3, serving your Dunbar community, and on TigerFM.com. You are listening to Tiger Football. Tonight's sponsors include Ballasino's Restaurant in Fort Myers, Buffalo Wings and Rings in Fort Myers, Bobby Dennis Handyman, serving the Fort Myers community, St. John First Missionary